The intro. It's on there actually.
Yo, massive, massive.
Good evening. Welcome to the West Ham Review. I hope you're all keeping well on that and you like the new intro. Good evening to Budgie and good evening to Mama. How are we both doing?
Good evening, lads. Fine here, thank you.
And,
Very well, thank you.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, so that was for everyone in the chat. Hats off to Budgie for sorting that all out for us. And that great.
Oh, it's brilliant.
So it's good stuff.
That's all right, mate. It's all good. I love doing stuff like that.
Yeah, look forward to many more to come, basically. Well, it's a bit fresh today, as we was talking about earlier. Very fresh, but something that's still fresh today in my mama. Maybe not for you, but for us as Hammers fans. Still can't get my head around it, I must admit. You know, I mean, me and you, it was a great watch-along. Really good watch-along. We did really well in that. And I think we was both surprised, wasn't we, how the game turned out.
Absolutely.
Did not expect that at all.
I've got to be honest, I think I was quite confident that Newcastle were going to win.
I think we were all confident of that, Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would say 80% of West Ham fans were.
Yeah, probably. The first half, I mean, Newcastle were quite good. Yep. You know, but the second half, well, there was just nothing there. And your lads were up for it. They were better. They fought more. In fair play, that's all I can say. You know, the better team won. End of story.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a shock, though, considering the strength of the lineup for Newcastle. I mean, we're starting with Joe Linton, Isaac, Gordon.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you had a strong starting lineup, and I looked at it and I thought, not a chance here. You know, especially when Gordon's on his game and Isaac, he's up for it normally. And to be fair, Isaac kind of looked like he was half-hearted in quite a lot of the game. Mm-hmm. You know, and I didn't think he was up for it as much as he could be.
Sometimes with Alexander Isak, he tends to step out of games and he doesn't seem to do much. I don't know if maybe he's having his goal disallowed, you know, because he was offside. I don't know if that sort of deflated him a little bit. I'm not sure. But no excuses, Budgie, really. No excuses. Your lads were better. And that's it. I'm not one of these fans who's going to sit here and make excuses for my team. Your lads were up for it. They were really up for it, fighting for every ball. where our lot just seemed to be like, oh, well, let them have it. And maybe there was complacency on the team's part. It's West Ham. They've had a really bad run. We're going to be able to go out there, kick a ball about, score 3 goals, game over. It could have been a bit of that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, fair play. And I know Tony was absolutely over the moon for it. He really was, bless him.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't join you on that watch along, but I was watching the phone, like the game on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult because I do all my stuff on the phone at the moment as well because my PC setup isn't very good. It's grainy and horrible picture. So, yeah.
Let's just say hello to people in the chat first of all. Just say hello to Matt, Colin, Words and Pictures. I'm obviously going through the chat. Thanks for you guys for being there. Usual. Good to see you as always. Matt, Words and Pictures saying, lovely to see you free. Great to be with you in the chat. Thanks for sharing live. No, it's a pleasure as always. We love interacting with you guys.
Evening, Colin.
Good evening, Colin.
Good evening, Colin. Yeah, Matt's saying he was expecting a battering, but to win and keep a clean sheet was a sheet, shall I say, wasn't expected. I think we was all in that same boat, that's for sure. Good evening, yeah. Colin, and we got Jeff from Biker Grove. Well, yeah, man, we were bloody useless.
Oh, brilliant.
Awesome.
Usually asking you, do you think Isaac's head has been turned with all the transfer rumours? Well, that's a good shout.
Well, when he was international duty, he was questioned by a Swedish newspaper and whatnot about it. And he said he sees his future at Newcastle. And now he's going nowhere. But how much does that really mean? You know, let's be honest, we've all heard them in the past. No, I love this club and all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, his contract talks still haven't gone any further. I mean, where we've tied Bruno down and we've tied Joelinton down, but it could well be that, you know, Madrid's supposedly interested in Barcelona, Arsenal. You've even got Manchester City fans saying they're interested in him. How true all that is, I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we understand how that can affect a player or the fans or the club or the team. You know, we understand that because we actually have this every season. Yeah. I mean, the moment we got Lucas Paqueta, there were automatically there were rumours about him going to Man City straight away. You know, same with Mohamed Kudus. These are just the players that we've got recently. You know, Mohamed Kudus, everybody's saying, you know, Arsenal or, you know, Liverpool could be interested in him and etc. You know, so we get that quite a lot. Yeah. And we also understand why it affects players and supporters because, you know, people like ourselves will report on the news that we're hearing, and that becomes sort of like worldwide news, and there might not be any truth in it. You know, it's just that we're reporting on what we hear, and then all of a sudden, the mainstream media get hold of it, and then it does become a reality, even if it's a false reality, and players are put under pressure by all of that.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Absolutely.
They're all put under pressure by it. I mean, we know that when Declan Rice was playing his last season with us, we knew he was going to go. We just knew it. We didn't want him to. We believed that the Conference League win was going to help us to keep him, etc., etc. He had his mind set on leaving already. Yeah, and he did it really professionally, where you know. He said goodbye to the crowd as well as, you know, as well as acknowledging the win from that trophy. Obviously, he couldn't say too much at the time, but that's technicalities. But, you know, with players like Isaac, he's saying, you know, I'm committed to Newcastle. We'll show that by signing the bloody contract and sign a 5-year contract. If you're really that committed. I mean, Jared Bowen did exactly that. He said, I'm committed to this club, and to show you, my new contract is a 5-year contract on top of the year that he still had left on his contract.
Yeah. Well,
So-
Bruno Guimaraes did it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Joe Wellington did it. Anthony Gordon did it.
Yeah.
Because, of course, he was constantly being linked with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Who weren't interested in him at all when he was at Everton. But no, he was going to Liverpool. It's his boyhood club. And he said, no, I'm staying at Newcastle and there's my contract to prove it.
Yeah. And fair play to him, you know.
I think what we liked on Monday, remember, wasn't it? It was watching, you know, the Newcastle fans, how they kind of adored Isaac by, you know, one end you've got Alexander the Great, and at the other end you've got Isaac. And as you said about the guy that makes all them flags, I mean, hats off to that person because
they're awesome. They're just
brilliant.
Just a group of Newcastle football fans. And one of the lads started making them years ago, and then because they became so popular, it's more of a charity called War Flags. In every flag you see, big, small, whatever, in St James's Park, they make.
Oh, it's brilliant. It was, you know, to see that, and that, you know, always had a soft spot for Newcastle because I think the fans are immense, you know, and seeing that just highlights why they've got that reputation about themselves.
Yeah.
You know, Matt's obviously saying about when we said about Isaac, Son offers a huge fee. He'll be gone sadly. He's saying. Again, just going to repeat, big up to Jose. It's good to see him.
Even Jose.
Where's the picture saying it's good to see Newcastle doing so well after the Ashley years? Well, we talked about that Monday.
Oh, absolutely.
We covered we covered that part there. Good evening, Damien. How are you doing? Evening, lovely people, and to early doors. Evening to yourself, and also Howard. Good to see you. Coming, you irons. Damon said, I think if the league position was better, there was a chance of keeping Rice. I think if Moyes got more right in the summer, but Rice is too good to play for anyone finishing 14th in the league. That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for that, mate. Definitely. You know, I mean, we knew that we had a monster on our hands, didn't we, really? As soon as he became actual captain, on-field captain. Good evening, Brendan. Yeah, we knew we had a monster on our hands, and you know, fair play to the club. They held out for that 100+ million that David Moyes stated quite clearly. You know, the days of getting him for 100 million are over. You know, and then following season, 105 million, and he's gone. But fair enough, over 100 million. You know.
Yeah, Rice is a quality player. There's no two
I
ways
do
about
like
it.
Declan Rice. I just think he's a nice lad, to be fair. Really nice lad.
Future England captain, do you think, Mama?
Absolutely, yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, we know he wanted to progress. You understand that. All right. It was an unusual one going to Arsenal, but I can understand for family reasons, so they say. But yeah, definitely a future England captain. I mean,
goodness, yes.
What he did for us. I mean, it's strange because I was just with Anthony and Lee on his show, and he was talking about Odegaard being the captain. And all of a sudden, it's like it's a no-brainer. It's Rice all day long. Odegaard is no captain.
Yeah.
It's definitely him. You know.
Yeah, and you know, I would imagine, though, Tony, that a lot of Wolves fans are saying, you know, why is Bowen the captain? It should be Kilman.
Oh, I agree with that.
I do, but I also think that Thomas Soucek was in with a shout as well.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a bad one, but I think Kilman, because obviously he was a natural choice at Wolves, he was a captain there. Yeah. I always believe sometimes someone at the back should be a captain because they see just what the manager sees. Yeah, you know, that's my way of looking at it. For Bowen, we've seen his decline in his performance since
it's overwhelmed him a little.
That. Yeah, I think so. But I think what we saw on Monday was the little bit of confidence, and I say that's from the England game, getting that goal. That's definitely boosted his confidence.
Yeah.
Colin's got here. Tony and Budgie, I'm hearing Alvarez, Rodriguez, Fulkrug could be sold in January, and also have a list of 5 strikers. We are supposedly and got a deal already agreed for Javier Guerra, box-to-box midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Be interesting.
I also read today that there was somebody something Jesus, not Gabriel, obviously, but I think he plays in Italy or Spain. There's another one that we've got. Oh no, he's back in Brazil at the moment.
Yeah. Future Ireland. Right.
I love that profile picture, by the way, Brendan.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Animal, love him.
And as always, the same like with Chelsea's great. Yeah, Damien said, "Yeah, I trust Boat to step up. I think he will do now as captain." He's saying, "Be interesting."
I just think that the captain's armband carries so much weight with it that sometimes you can be overawed by it, and you kind of forget what your job is.
Yeah,
because you're performing the role of captain. But Jared Bowen's job is to be a fucking but he's to be a nuisance out on the right wing and to score goals. That's his job.
True.
His job isn't to tell the left back or the centre midfielder where he needs to be or what he needs to be doing, and he shouldn't be telling the defence to bring it up and get a high line going and all that. And he's doing all of that, and unfortunately I think it's weighing heavy on him. I really do.
So Max alluded to it's Igor Jesus, Budgie.
Igor Jesus, thank you.
Igor, whichever you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, and he hasn't actually been prolific either. He's had something like he was playing in the UAE, I believe, and over 80 odd games, he had something like 48 goal involvements, including, I think it was like 30 something goals. And then he's gone back to Brazil, and in something like 20 games, he's been involved in 3 or 4 goals. So
yeah.
It depends on who he's playing alongside. I think he's a bit of a.
I like this one. So Damien's saying Shearer weren't a bad captain. Brendan's saying Yelful Pundit though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
True.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Look, Alan Shearer, an England legend, no doubt he's a Newcastle legend. But in my opinion, he's too narrow-minded to be objective when it comes to the Premier League. He kind of favours certain teams, and like for example, when West Ham beat Arsenal last season at home, when we beat them in the league, I think it was 2-1. We beat them in the league.
Yeah.
And I watched Match of the Day for the first time in a long time, and I haven't watched it again since. And all Alan Shearer was going on about was how bad Arsenal were, not about how good West Ham played. And they did play well on the day, and it just annoys me. That kind of, punditry is supposed to be completely barrierless,
Do you not think a lot of pundits do that though? When a small team, that's the wrong
Mark Lawrenson was one of the better ones. He used to be basically cold about everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
True.
But it's never how good the team is played. It's always how bad one of the top 6 is played. It's not fair. It isn't fair. It isn't.
No. And I wouldn't mind betting that if the BBC did coverage of Monday night's game, it would be exactly that. It would be exactly that. Newcastle didn't go to the races and West Ham just overran them. That'll be just overran them. That will be what it'll be like,
a smash and grab. That's what they said on the radio. Smash and grab.
Smash and grab. Yeah,
wasn't. That's not what it was like at all.
No, it wasn't.
I made a comment to you, didn't I? When I said about how we outplayed you, in the second half, especially where we just played that ball through you like you weren't there.
Yeah.
But the comment you just made about saying, and you said it's the wrong word to use, a small club. That's what the pundits think.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. You know, because
Yeah.
they, as you said, they all automatically assume that it's going to be these and these are going to get the results, and obviously it doesn't pay off like that. But you know, you don't see Gary Neville. He's never biased, is he? You know, he's always straight as a die. He tells it as it is, kind of thing. But
I agree.
but some people don't like some certain direct kind of comments. I mean, Roy Keane, you know, you've got to love him, haven't you?
Roy Keane's a devil, isn't he? He doesn't care. He doesn't.
Well, when you looked at the other night, we would have offered the fan out in the stands. That's just, you know. Here we go. Look, Baba Budgie there. Look.
Oh my goodness me! Oh dear me! I'd straightened my hair on that day. I haven't straightened my hair the day I've kept my natural curls. Oh my God, that one's ridiculous.
Where's he getting the bloody picture of me from?
Oh,
God knows.
It's brilliant, though, isn't it? It is absolutely brilliant. You can't.
On bloody.
They're so clever. They really are. They're so clever.
I mean, look, if it's obviously, you know, they're watching and that. What you've got to do, and I'll buy one myself, I must admit, and that's a calendar which each month of our faces.
Absolutely, that would be tremendous if all you content creators and your guests had one. The calendar, the YouTube calendar, that would be awesome.
Oh, you measured it.
I'd buy one.
Colin's asking you, where do you expect your team will finish at the end of the season?
Well, we're not going to finish in the top 4, that's for sure, Colin. I would say really, really pushing it, maybe 6th, but we're probably looking more 9th or 10th, I would think.
Timmy?
I think perhaps you'd be between 6th and 8th, you know, somewhere 6, 7, 8, I reckon, by current performances, etc. You're not playing badly. You played badly last week, you know, this week. But Newcastle are not playing badly, and they are getting results. I think you're comfortably top 10, Mama.
Probably. That's where I think we should. Everybody seems to think because we're qualified for Europe that's where we should be immediately now, and we're just not there. The team isn't there yet. We haven't got the.
It's Europa League you qualify for, isn't it?
I don't know. No, we got into Europe. We played Champions League.
Oh, Champions League.
Yeah, last season, was it, or the season before? I can't remember.
I would say
just below you. Well, if that's where we finish, that's where we finish. But I think everybody sort of thought, oh, that's it. Newcastle have jumped that, made that leap, and they're going to be in the top 4, top 5. And we're just not there yet. We're really not.
No.
You know, we've still got players who we need to be looking as they need to move on. Like, Kieran Trippier, Miguel Almiron, Jamal Lascelles, all of them. Even Dan Burn, as much as he's loved, he's not a top quality defender, is he? He's, you know, he's big and he's red and his feet hang out the bed, but
that's right. Yeah.
You know, it's like we need to push on. And again, I'll go for it. Is Eddie Howe the man to take with to the very, very top? Because that's another thing that gets chucked at with. No, probably not. He probably isn't. But he's good enough to take where we need to be.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years, and then we'll go.
Yeah.
Agree on that. Because that was the thing. I mean,
take England to the top, though, Mama.
I'm sorry?
Do you think Eddie Howe would be good enough to take England to the top?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. I had a real fear that he would go, Budgie.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this before in the chat, didn't we?
Yeah, I did. I had a real fear that he would go, but, you know, he's here for another couple of years at least.
Yeah.
And well deserved in that respect. So I think he's done, you know, like we said, didn't we, the other day, with the injuries that team had. I'm glad that, the board have kept with him. stuck and kept faith with him more than anything else, which is a rare commodity these days when you think about it. You know.
Yeah.
But Tottenham Roma are 1-1.
Oh, are they? I mean, Damien's put a comment here and that, and we'll just talk about this one briefly. City in terrible form.
Yeah.
And what did you make of Pep after the game and his comments?
That was weird. But then obviously he made that statement, apologising, saying he didn't mean to make fun of it. But loads of people are saying him and Kyle Walker had to have had a fight. No, they didn't.
Well, yeah, because it's funny, you're hearing Kyle Walker, and I was hearing him and Haaland. We thought, well, if it's Haaland and that, he's got no chance because, like, you know, one bang and that would have been it. But it was a fact of
even Jake Paul didn't go with Haaland.
You know what I mean? All the scratches on his head and a cut on his nose. It's like, what was that all about? And then
you know what it is? You know what it is? It's a night out on the red wine. He's gone home. He's tripped over the cat. He's gone through the rose bush and ended up head first in the porch. And his missus has let him sleep there the night. That's why he looks so bad.
That's a drunken night out, that isn't it?
It's a proper, isn't it?
I've done that a couple of times.
Well, I mean, funny because we were saying, weren't we? You know, the state of Lopetegui on Monday.
He looked like he was homeless, didn't he?
Yeah, that was very unexpected to see that look as well. But you know, I think he can stay like that if it's going to make us play.
It means you're going to win, absolutely.
Yeah.
You
know,
he can come out on a pair of skins on his feet if he wants.
You know? Keane was very complimentary. He said, "I was an ugly." Yeah, see you next Tuesday. And he's agreeing debut. Team City are out of steam, inevitable. It's very true. Yeah. Every dog has its day, as they say.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep it in his sound. Good English. I think you'd be a good English manager about how.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, look, you are losing 2-1 at home to Bodo Glint
I've
at the
just
moment.
had a look.
Oh, didn't we play them? Bodo Glint. No, not that one. It was Tottenham that played them in the Conference League and lost to them.
I mean, he's got. I mean, you think we're giving Lopetegui an hard time? This fella's only been in 5 minutes and that, and they're already giving him pelters, and he's, is he the choice? Proper Chelsea.
That looks so real, that one, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
It really does. Poor Simon, bless him.
Oh dear, hammering out. Lady I know met Roy in a pub. Macclesfield, good bloke, fair play. Oh, that was nice, didn't he? Old man Nang, good to see you. Oi, gorgeous is here. Hope all well.
How are you, sir?
Nice to see everyone in.
2-1 down.
Guardiola is a self-harmer. No one tell him about the Samaritans.
He's a self-harmer.
Apparently, pizzas are flying about the gaff. City dressing room. Pizzas flying around the gaff. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Dow. Hope you've had a good day. 4-0 income, or the start of your day. Don't resist, just let it happen. We was giving it large to each other last night, and he was on Jez's show and that, and hearing the comments coming out. 2-1 Bodo, yes, indeed. Colin saying Tony McBudgie and Mama at the start of the season, I was thinking we might have a chance of European spot. I think we was all in that position, but now I'd be happy to finish 10th. But you still don't know; we might still get Europe, which is a possibility.
Anything's possible in a season, mate. I mean, look, we went into the COVID season not knowing if that season would ever finish. If it was if we would ever see another live game again. And we went from that to a Europa League spot. And it was incredible for us as West Ham fans, and it was mental. And then, 3 years in Europe, we kind of spoiled ourselves,
Yeah. Probably right on that.
But I think, as far as us finishing in European spot this year, I think that's a big ask. Top 10's a big ask, but I think we can do that. But I think, the famous 5 and, the greedy 6 or whatever you call them, plus Newcastle, I think are in with a shout this year. And, I think also, surprise, surprise, I think Nottingham Forest might be in for a shout for top 10 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And if they get in the top 10, they'll be in the mix for the Conference League, maybe. But
the thing is, though, the way some of the results have gone, let's be honest, anything could happen this season, couldn't it, really?
Yeah.
This is the thing, Mama, because I think someone was saying, I saw a show earlier, they said one win can put them up into, I think it was 3rd, yet another one can drop them down into like 9th.
Yeah.
That's how
you love to see it, but this is the way I like it, where it's all been took all the way instead of City or Arsenal or Man United being 12, 13 points ahead, and you're just thinking, well, what we're playing for, really.
Yeah. So I think it's from, was it 3rd to about 8th? I think 4 or 5 teams are on the same points.
Yeah.
Then you've got a couple of others on the same points.
And the thing is, we're only, 5 points away from the top 6 or something?
Yeah, I think it's 6 away from Chelsea.
Yeah, 6 away from Chelsea, that's it. Yeah. And 5 points away from the bottom 3 or something ridiculous, isn't it?
Mad, isn't it? It is mad.
Crazy. I mean, the points have really been spread out this season so far.
It's good in one respect. You don't mind, as Mama said there, but yeah, let's hope this is, like we said here, let's hope this is we turn on the corner with this result on Monday. As I said, what do you think of Frank Jr. as manager of Coventry?
Well, look, I think Coventry's probably about the sort of level that Frank Lampard is at the moment. That Derby, maybe Blackpool, Blackburn, maybe Blackpool. Yeah, those sort of teams. That's probably the level he needs. He needs to obtain some experience with, loss, relegation maybe, and then fighting his way back up. Then that way he will become a manager or a top coach. At the moment, I think he's winging it a bit. He hasn't really got the experience. He done really well at Derby. He took on the Chelsea job and it ruined him.
Yeah.
So really, he's got to do it right this time. And I think Coventry's a good shout for him. I really do.
It's quite ironic, though, when you think him and Rooney both did well at Derby, moved on to other clubs and never found that same form.
Yeah.
Evening, Ray. Hope you well. Lobby looked fresh-faced in today's press conference. Evening, everyone. Just shows you what he does there.
Just going back to the Frank Lampard at Coventry thing, I think perhaps even if he wanted to manage at the highest level he could possibly get to, I think Brighton would be a great destination for him. Because it's not set up for the manager to fail at Brighton.
True, I suppose.
The business they can only do well. Or
that's a great show. Yeah.
I think that's probably, and to be fair, I'd like to see Frank do something like that, because as much as we have our issues with Mr. Lampard Jr., he is one of our own. Do you know what I mean? His dad was one of our own.
Yeah.
And I think we should want the best for him, regardless of who it's with, And I think Brighton would be a great destination for him.
It's a good shout. As I agree with Mama there. It's a good shout. Damien's asking the question to us. These complaints from certain sides, they play too many games. Yes or no for you?
Go on, Mum. I'll let you go first.
No.
Yeah. I mean, they're athletes now, aren't they? So,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And then, what's the famous thing when a player is needing to move? He wants Champions League football. Well, there you have it. If he wants Champions League football, then he's got to be prepared to play all those games. Yeah. And when you're knackered, don't cry.
And with Champions League football come, deep ventures into domestic cups as well.
Exactly.
Because if you're in the Champions League, you're good enough to get a long way in the domestic cups.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly that. You know, if you want to play Champions League football, you've got to be prepared to go
Yeah, you've got
all
to be
the way.
prepared for 50 games a season.
Exactly.
Exactly that. And not being funny, it's quite ironic that we talked about Declan Rice that wanted, to win trophies. And I know it's kind of the butt of the jokes. Then he goes and joins Arsenal, which is drier than the Sahara Desert. So makes sense of that one, basically.
He took a trophy with him when he went, didn't he?
Exactly. Yeah. We want it back though, Mama. He's just
this is true.
He took it for nostalgia. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. But look at Arsenal. They go on about how wonderful Arteta is, and I'll hold my hands up. I'm not a big Arteta lover. I'm really not. I don't like the man. I think he's really arrogant. The only cup he won wasn't with his team.
Exactly.
He spent all that money and brought all them players in, yet won nothing. Yet with Emery's team, he won an FA Cup.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's weird you say that about Arteta though, because and it's also strange how sometimes your childhood memories and stuff can help you or create things for you to make decisions on later in life. Like, for example, the first time I saw Arteta, I didn't like him because he resembled Captain Black out of the
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And you were scared
hated
of
Captain Black. When I was a kid, I hated him. He was the worst man in the world to me, And then when there's a real life Captain Black at Arsenal, I thought to myself, that's all the more reason for me not to like Arsenal, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And then he goes and takes Declan Rice. He's not made it good for Arsenal in my head, mate.
That's true, really. Just want to go on this camera, and I'll comment back Arsenal. Shatford 10, Defo Forest. They remind me of us a couple of years ago. Good counter-attacking side. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got him playing some good football at the moment.
Yeah. But then, the man's got a point to prove as well, hasn't
he? Yeah.
The manager, what's his name? Nuno.
Yeah.
He's got a point to prove as well. I mean, he was doing such a great job at Watford. And then all of a sudden it went tissed up, because I read that. Tissed up, and then, he went on to Tottenham, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tottenham.
Went on to Tottenham, and we all know that it's like the kiss of death. It's like the Manchester United job at the moment. It's the kiss of death.
Yeah, it's good to see Forest back. I mean, they're one of the older teams, aren't they, who always did well. And I'm so pleased for Yeti because he's so passionate about his team in everything. And it's good to see them win. I mean, he just went on a weekend bender when they won. It's brilliant.
And, through this channel, and I've met lots of people like yourself, Mama, and Tony, obviously, and Anthony, Fuzzy, Yeti, and Yeti has sort of given me that little bit of respect again for not Forest, because like back in the day when Brian Clough was in charge of them, I think they were everybody's second team.
Yeah,
because of the way they played and the players they were producing, and
absolutely,
they were kind of like the Man City of today back then.
Yeah,
I suppose, and like now that they're kind of the underdogs, and that I've got this burning desire for them to do well again.
Yeah, I agree on that. I'm just going to go back to these guys because obviously Damien's saying I think Lampard might be a bit smarter than Gerrard because obviously usual saying Fat Frank. At least his character suits management more, and he's also alluding to it'll be a good job for him. Usual suspect is saying Rooney is killing it at Plymouth, yes, but all for the wrong reasons, basically.
Yeah,
that is for sure. Howard saying I still see him as a blue. I mean, look, I know obviously Terence Brown was probably the instigator of setting the wheels in motion for Frank to leave after what happened between Harry and Frank Senior.
Yeah.
But
What happened?
there's a bit of a disagreement between the chairman and
All right.
or H as they used to call him, and then because of that, he got the bullet. Frank Senior went, and Frank didn't hang around, and he was gone.
Yeah.
Very much like Glenn Johnson when he said, "Like we've got to stick together, lads." And then someone leant over and said, "Glenn, yeah, Chelsea just offered 6 million for you, and that taxi," and he was gone. But he was the one who said hanging around.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, within a couple of seasons, we lost Glenn Johnson, Frank Lampard, Joe Cole, Martin Carrick, Jermaine Defoe, and who else was it? There was another. It wasn't a younger player, but it was a player I really liked. I can't remember who it was now. But, Trevor Sinclair. He went as well, didn't he?
He went there.
And I thought to myself, wow, what an exodus from the club. What's happening, And we got replacements. Okay, they were not as good as the players that we were losing, but to be fair, they all pulled their bloody socks up and did what they could, didn't they? Really, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was at West Ham, Ronnie Gow was one of the scouts that actually, developed these kids and found people. And he always used to say to the youngsters, like, as they were developing, he goes, "I'll tell you now," he says, "what I'll bring in are multi-million-pound players, and that's what they'll be sold for, and that's what you should look to aim for, and we'll develop you in that mould." So it was good, but yeah. Ironic that Frank's been sent to Coventry. It is. Anthony Herpenegger. So I'm late. Was at the gym. Yeah, feeling my muscles. Yeah, showing his guns off. Yeah, it's true. Hey, how we doing, Nick? Good to see you. Hey, Daddy Tony, Budgie, and Mama. Hope you're keeping well, mate.
Nick.
Good evening, Nick.
Yeah, Frank, Steve, Wayne, maybe Carrick.
Yeah, he does quite well at Borough, doesn't he? He's quietly going about his business.
Yeah, he does. And he always did as a player. He never made a big thing of anything that he did. He always just plodded on. Great player.
Good shout from Colin here. He's asking the question. Considering the way the season is going, who do you feel will win the Premier League and finish in the top 6 at the end of the season?
I think Chelsea will be in top 4.
Do you think that? Do you think that warrants that kind of thing you said? That top question.
I think Liverpool will win the league.
I'm with you on that one, Mama. I think they've got it tied up, basically. I've got a funny feeling that Man City, for the first time in a long time, will finish maybe 3rd or 4th.
And I'd love to see it. I've got to be honest. To see it.
Actually, do you know what? I think the way things have been going at this moment in time, I think first will be Liverpool, second will be Arsenal, third will be Chelsea, fourth will be Man City, fifth, I'm not really sure. For me, it's a toss-up between Newcastle and Man United.
No, we'll not be there, Budgie. No, I don't think.
You never know.
I'm not even convinced United will be there.
Yeah. Well, I think one raindrop does not make a winter, my love. So
very true.
Don't take last week's game or this week's game as the direction finder for the rest of the season. I think Eddie Howe and every one of them lads on that pitch on Monday night will pull their socks up and they will fight for everything. You can guarantee it. Words will Herbert and Auntie Budgie.
Sorry we're late. We're at the shop looking for batteries for Aunt Budgie's smoke detector. Yeah, we did cane Lampard. That's true about it. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think Liverpool, the way they're going at the moment, it just seems that he's doing no wrong with them at the moment. So I think Liverpool will be there. City, we know they come good come the new year.
Yeah.
This is the problem. So I think between second, you've got a toss up between them or Chelsea, as you say. If it's going to be Chelsea, then I think City will finish third and Arsenal will be dropping down to fourth, possibly even fifth. Even, again, they're playing some decent football, but they're just not getting it over the hurdle. So that's why I see it myself.
Yeah.
Plenty of grannies in Pompey. Ted a penny, Tibby said. Johnson was a really good player. I remember his debut. He was, Damien was a good player. Just up the road, isn't it? Colin's also saying, Tony Budgie, I'm sorry, but I cannot wish Lampard Jr. good luck. Goes back to him swearing at my cousin's son and refusing to sign an autograph.
Oh.
Like I was not there, I would have gave him a smack.
Fair play to you, Colin. Personal reasons, mate. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Damien's saying Liverpool win it, City, Arsenal, Chelsea last two. There you go. That's these comments. Oh, Spurs. Oh, that'd be an interesting one. You never know.
That's a tricky one because, they come out and play fantastic football and then get beat 6-0 or something the following week. It's crazy.
True.
Yeah.
Villa. I was saying Spuds 10th, Manure 12th. Yeah, it was a tragedy when West Ham sold that golden generation. Harry was the culprit.
Well, he was I think he was the scapegoat, to be fair. Because, remember, like, the board were already pissed off with Harry.
Yep.
And it weren't Harry that done the negotiations to sell his own bloody nephew. It weren't Harry that done the negotiations to sell Johnson. It was all done behind his back.
Yeah.
So, I don't actually go with that, Timmy. I'm sorry. Harry was the scapegoat, not the culprit.
Yeah, I think that's why I say Frank Jr. got the arsehole about that one.
Yeah.
Topher Shamrock, only one down at Rapid Vienna at the moment. Timmy Brown envelopes, yeah.
Tottenham 2-1 up.
That's a fair effort so far, usual. Nice properties in Sandbanks. Yeah, there definitely is. I was going with bung, 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 bung.
That's something that hangs around his neck all the time, though, isn't it?
Oh, I think that was the era, though, wasn't it? When you look at the late Terry Venables,
yeah,
there was a lot of that with him.
And that he always claims that it was because of that and that rumour that he never got offered the England job.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I thought Harry would have been a great England manager.
I agree on that. Yeah. You think Harry, Brian Clough would have definitely been well up for
Brian Clough undoubtedly would have brought the World Cup home.
Absolutely. But look at Terry Venables when he was England manager, how the papers went digging to find stuff out about him.
Oh, yeah.
Just to knock him down.
I've watched the first episode of that Beckham documentary on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually very interesting. Very interesting. The first episode, it's his early life, sort of up to and when he first has his first child, Brooklyn, But there's some very interesting points made in there, stuff that you just would not know, because it wasn't newspaper worthy. Or if it was kept so far away from the newspapers, they didn't get a chance with it, there's quite a bit of controversy surrounding David Beckham's integration into the game.
Yeah.
But still, one of the greatest England players we've ever had. One of.
And yet Terry Venables didn't rate him.
No, that's right.
Yeah. And Glenn Hoddle didn't treat him very nicely. And yet Glenn Hoddle is his absolute hero. He modelled himself on Glenn Hoddle. There you go. And he didn't treat him very nicely as England manager at all.
No.
Yeah, Glenn Hoddle just went weird, didn't he, really?
It was just a complete weirdo. But then
after that Diego Simeone thing, when he kicked out at him, like Alex Ferguson would have spoken about anything about that game, with the exception of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yet Glenn Hoddle chose to, cite that as the reason we lost the game. What everyone seems to forget is we lost that game on penalties.
That's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that one decision didn't make any blind bit of difference, did it? Really?
Not to the result of open play. No. I mean, maybe if Beckham had been able to take a penalty, who knows? Maybe Ince wouldn't have done or whatever. But
yeah. I think the good thing about now when you look at the England squad, it seems to be when it comes to penalties, they're a bit more clinical. Back in the day, when you think what you class as being the elite kind of players, they should have been putting them away. Big difference.
Yeah.
Damon's put here, we're doing a good thing with the loan system now, gents. My humble opinion. I like the fact that Potts, Earthy, etc. are playing games. It's good to get that game time behind them, get that experience. Agree on that. And they gave to the straight as a dice, Sam Allardyce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the media.
And they went straight for him as well, didn't they?
Media love doing it, mum. I mean, and I think this is why any player, any manager that gets asked the question, do you want to do West Ham? West Ham, because I'm looking at the comments. want to do England? You know full well what's going to happen. If you're 5 minutes into the job, they're just going to find anything about you. And you're nullified there and then.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, back in the day, you didn't have social media, so I would assume they'd have to go back looking at their social media to see if they'd said anything, posted anything controversial, so they could delete it all. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's now ready and available, isn't it? That's the big difference these days.
It's just mental.
Damien's saying the league is so strong, getting them football while they were still young would give them the best of chances. Potts will be the first one. Yeah. I think the good thing about Potts here is his old man, because Harry, he's had academy teams. Obviously, he's doing well now with academy players at West Ham, but his team was, what's it called? Byron Red Star. And my boys, I played against them in this competition during the summertime, and that levels against other teams.
Yeah.
Absolute levels. Yeah. So you can understand why Potts has done really well.
There is a name that we need to look out for in the near future, within the next sort of 7 to 10 years, and that's going to be the Noble name again. His boy is in the academy, isn't he?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And apparently he's a tidy little player. So within the next sort of 4 or 5 years, expect to see his name in the under-18s.
Nice. I mean, there's Lewis Orford as well, isn't there? So be good to see what that kid's going to do as well.
And young George Earthy. I mean, that boy has got a story to tell and a future to live, because I think he's underrated by a lot of people because you haven't seen an awful lot of him. But what we have seen of him has been absolutely dynamic. He comes on with 3 minutes to go of normal time, scores his first league goal after being injured, having an head injury in his previous appearance.
That's awesome.
Within like 30 seconds of walking on the pitch, he's putting the ball in the back of the net, and like nothing fazed him. It was kind of, sort of images from when like Declan Rice made his debut as well.
Yeah.
Nothing sort of fazed him. Even when he made a mistake, he had the ball given to him in centre midfield. He lost the ball and it led to a goal. And like the team kind of just sort of like said to him, "Come on, Deck, don't worry about it, mate. It's not, it's not important. Let's fight on." And then apparently within the next minute, he was in a similar position, calling for the ball. I can't remember who it was that was saying it. Oh yeah, I can. It was Slaven Bilic.
Yeah, last night.
Last night he was saying, that he was just calling for the ball back in the same position. You know, that being the strength of his character and the confidence he had in himself. But we knew straight away that he was a confident lad when he came on. And, I think George Hurtie's got a similar confidence about him.
Yeah, agree on that. Colin's saying he's top 6: Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal. Yeah, another one there, Newcastle, Spurs, Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice.
Yeah, I forgot about Villa. Villa are there or thereabouts at the moment.
Yeah. Big up Marshall Chelsea, big up Tony Budgie and Mama, and everyone in the chat. Just finished my watch along. Chelsea 2-0 win, not as straightforward than any of us fault. Heidenheim were quite good, actually, got to say. Well done for Chelsea.
Okay, cool.
Question for you, Mama. Thoughts on bigger Andy Carroll? We've adopted him as a Cockney now.
He's a big girl's blouse, that bloke. Yeah. That's my thoughts.
Oh, we love him, Mama. We love him.
He's too big. He was too big for Newcastle. He was a much better footballer. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You pop, lad. Off you pop.
I mean, you must have been laughing to the bank when you sold him to Liverpool for that fee.
Well,
yeah, that was shrewd business from Ashley. Actually, at that particular point, that was shrewd business.
Where is he now? I mean, he's
I think he's playing for Reading or someone like that now, isn't he, Andy Carroll?
No, I don't know. I think he's moved on from there now. Where's he gone to now? I did see somewhere. I think he's left Reading, or they've got rid of him.
He's become one of them journeymen, hasn't he? Where he's desperate for football.
Yes.
What spoilt Andy Carroll was the way he bragged and boasted about how good he was when he was at Newcastle, chucking money around. There was a place in Newcastle called The Gate, where there's a lot of upmarket pubs and such like.
Yeah.
And he was always in there bragging and boasting and stuff like that and throwing his money in everybody. Up here, you don't do that, and it was just two fingers up to him, just go away, lad, we're not interested.
Yeah.
That's it. So.
Good evening or afternoon to you, Lawrence. Happy Thanksgiving Day to yourself.
Hi, Lawrence. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hello, Mama. Nice to see you. The legend Budgie. What's up, my friend? And Tone, thanks for having me on. I can stay for about 15 or so minutes.
That's fine.
I wanted to jump on. Thanks for offering me that stuff, because if I get opportunity to, especially when you have this West Ham thing, I love to jump on. And Mama, all respect to your team. I was very happy that we took it Monday, but I thought...
Absolutely. You deserved it.
I thought of you. All respect. So yeah, and then Thanksgiving today, so it's been a good day. But I usually do West Ham Unofficial with Jake and his thing prior to it at the same time. So
yeah.
Just want to jump in and say hello to everyone. So you guys been talking about the big Arsenal game coming up?
We've got that to come. Yeah, we've got that to come. So yeah, Matt's saying waiting for them to start digging for dirt on Tuchel as soon as he starts to work as England manager. Yeah, I bet you they've already got their portfolio already for that one. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. We'll find out he nicked his brother's best mate's scooter when he was 4 or something,
Well, they'll be looking at, because he's German, they'll be looking at, the 1940s and 50s. Has he got anything to do with all of that? And,
the things they come up with. Anything they can find dirt on is... Evening, Michael. Evening, Tony, Mama and Budgie. Better side when Rice broke in, though. True. Congrats there, Michael. It's a shame Slaven didn't do the business of West Ham United. We love him.
Well, I think as far as most West Ham fans are concerned, I think Slaven's period as manager at West Ham is looked at fondly most of the time. You very rarely look back at Slaven's time with any disdain or real regret,
Yeah, I think he left with his head held high, didn't he, in that respect?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he took us from our iconic old stadium to this new one that we're in. Or
true,
not new now, but
So just going on what you said, Budgie, you said about Reading. Andy Carroll's in France now.
He's in France.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Howard's saying playing for free in France. For free, wow.
Well, there you go.
Uh,
It's not all about the money for him, man. It's
Timmy's
just the
saying
fact that he loves to play the game.
Wow, rubbish.
it was 35 million. What is it, Mama? You sold him for 35? Yeah, he's rubbish. 35 million, I think it was. Yeah. There you go. Michael saying Andy Carroll's playing for a second div French side, still scoring goals though.
Yeah.
Probably probably his thing. Howard saying to you, Larry, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Howard. Appreciate it.
You know, Andy, Lawrence from Michael saying big up, mate.
Michael, what's up, buddy?
Brendan, happy Thanksgiving, giving. Must admit to being pissed off by the old month of Black Friday deals over here, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. Thank you.
The big Geordie lump. We loved him when he was fit.
Yeah. I mean,
Newcastle fans know what
some
they need.
iconic goals out of him as well.
Yeah. Because listen, Nolan looks after him, didn't he, when he was down here, to keep him on the straight path. Because didn't he set fire to his Range Rover or something? Because I think he was
He got lost up here. He'd been on a night out and he was so drunk. He got lost and they found him in the bushes.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, come on, he's got to be a hero.
Get off with you. No, it's not my sort of player at all, Budgie.
Mama, you need to spend a few years living in London, mate. You'd have a lot bigger appreciation of Andy Carroll.
No, thank you. My hubby's from down your way. He's a South London man. No, thank you. I don't like London at all.
No, I actually don't like London. I live south of London.
Oh, you don't actually live in London?
No, I never have. I live in the town I was born in, which is right next to Gatwick Airport.
All right.
Crawley town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my hubby's from Blackheath.
Where? Blackheath.
Okay, yeah.
Mate, I used to go through Blackheath all the time before they built the M25.
Yeah, that's where he's from.
Damon saying, look back on Slav's period fondly, maybe a bit combustible. Maybe laughing in his interview saying he couldn't convince Antonio to play right back. Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Mike was saying Andy Carroll, only player to get sent off for his man bun hitting an opponent. I bet he went as hard to find in the bushes. Big Andy.
Yeah,
he played a part in the Lord of the Rings, didn't he? One of the Ents. He must have done that.
He's a big drip. He is.
Cool. Wheels got lifted in the wheel. Well done, Timmy. Lawrence, as you're in, I mean, what did you make of Monday's game?
You know, again, I was happy. I've talked about it before. Going into that match, I don't think there was many West Ham fans or pundits that gave us a chance. And I do, like I said, I do the thing with West Ham Unofficial, and it was a blind faith that I had. But I said, and it was in my picks to you said, but I had two. Yeah. I had 2-1 West Ham, and what I saw on Monday was a team that didn't give up. They're playing for the badge too, and we can have our discussions about Lopetegui. Should he be the coach? Should he not be the coach? And stuff like that. But one thing we found out was those players can play. They know how to play together, and they do it. That midfield that we have was the best of the midfield that we've seen all year with the Paqueta, Soler, and Souček. I think that combination that we've all been looking for with Soler and Paqueta came the thing. Soler up in that middle, and I'd like to see it was like a 10. He was just. I thought it was the best match that he had. And the pass distribution that we had, and I'm sorry, I know Mama's there, but when we were up 2-0, and then I haven't seen a West Ham squad pass the ball around in the middle of the pitch to and control it. And Newcastle seemed like they didn't have to do it. We usually, on the other team, our other team's doing that to us. Yeah. Literally, it really is. So, and then after the match, all the positivity we got there, I mean, I was on cloud 9. I still kind of am. It was a Monday night thing, but it goes to show you that what we have, and that's why it's given me some. And I always had the confidence, I always had the faith in the team because that's just that's the team. But that goes to show all of us, the fans and stuff that we had that capability to do it. It's just the execution of it. You know what I mean? And the problem. And maybe Lop's getting it, but like I said, the passing and the ball distribution there, we started out a little slow there. That's when Newcastle really could have probably got us in the first 10 minutes. They had some shots, maybe not shots on goal because they were going a little wide. I thought we kept Gordon pretty quiet most of the match, and then he got substituted later.
We said that, didn't we, Mama? He's not his usual self, Gordon.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was us or, just he was not in the thing. But, I super happy for Monday. Those needed 3 points, and hopefully that's the turnaround that we need.
Yeah.
I think that's the key thing, isn't it? Because, it's what happens in the next game and the game after that. As you know, we've got Arsenal coming up, and then it's Leicester afterwards. And it's that consistency. That was the thing for me.
Yeah.
One game doesn't change the season.
And we all know we've been through that with, we don't have to just say Moyes, but we've been through that as West Ham. Even last year, just when we were like, oh, we're doing terrible, we'd get that one surprise win and go back again. We can't have that one good match and then 3 or 4 that are down the drink. We need to, like you said, Tony, totally agree with you. We need consistency and the consistency from the players. And I hope that we see that on Saturday. And I'll go out on a limb to even say, even if we don't win the match, if we see that type of hustle and we don't get, thrown out of the stadium 5-0 or something like that, but we play like we saw that, I'll be happy with that. Because we all know, none of us, except me, of course, none of us thought we were going to get any points out of these 2 matches. So, and then we go, and then we got Leicester City on Tuesday. And then who do we got the following on Monday? So we got like in a span of 10 days, 3 Prem matches altogether. So I know we got Leicester City on Tuesday, and then I forget we got someone that's to follow on Monday.
I mean, the chat's going to probably beat me to it. Tuesday, what have we got?
Usual, my man. I didn't watch it. I started seeing it was 16-0, and I knew the Lions were going to kill them. So Usual was asking me a question. It was more American football, NFL.
Yeah, I see that. We must be playing on the Sunday then.
I was smoking my turkey.
No, we must be playing on the Monday. Oh yeah, the
I think
Monday.
that was keep a light, wasn't it? Keep up tonight.
We have Wolves at home.
Oh, that's a tricky one.
Hello.
So we got a lot to go there. So out of those 3 matches, what points can we get out of that? I wouldn't be mind if out of those 3 matches walking away with maybe 4. Would that be solid? I'm greedy. I'd like a lot more. That we'd accept probably 4. If we got 6, would that be good? Those saying though is, and we were talking on Jake's channel there. So knowing West Ham, we'll go out, we'll get a draw or beat Arsenal, and then we'll lose to Leicester City and Wolves. That's the West Ham way. The West
Ham way, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the West Ham way. I mean, remember what have Newcastle got coming up next?
I don't know.
It's good though, yeah.
I'll be totally honest with you. I don't know who we've got next. Is it Palace?
Let me have a quick look for you.
I think we've got Palace.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout. I agree with that. And that's the key thing on there too. Wan-Bissaka was going, that was a beautiful play between him and Bowen. Well, Bowen went down and he went through the seam and did there. But our main vulnerability sometimes is Wan-Bissaka. He's up the pitch so far and he doesn't come back. It's important that the center back on that side, either Tebow or Mavropanos, recognizes that. And then at that point, Souček, he was one guy. Somebody needs to be cognizant that Wan-Bissaka's up there and back his spot. With anticipation, he's not going to get back. Now, the one thing about him, he's fast. I call Wan-Bissaka like a gazelle, you know what I mean? Because he's just, his legs, he's long. And he was getting back. But, throughout the beginning of the season, that was an Achilles heel with him. And we were vulnerable back on that side because he'd be so far up the pitch, nobody was helping out, So that's, if we can, and against a hard attacking team like Arsenal, we must have that in the back of our mind. And we did a good job on that, I thought, against Newcastle.
Definitely. I mean, Mark was saying he always said midfield 3, Paquet, Alvarez, and Kudos as a 10 would be our best. Not bad.
No, I was just going to say, we talked about the Kudus thing, and I like him as a 10. Of course, he's out this match here. And after the performance that I saw on Monday, none of those players, in my opinion, unless they're hurt, deserve to lose their spot. I would,
exactly.
I would put the same players out there.
100%.
long as they're not healthy, as long as they're healthy, because I think all of us can agree that was I think our best performance of the year, of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this praise we're getting in for Souček here. Look, Damien's also going with Michael. I really trust Souček as well.
Yeah.
Souček is undroppable on current form. Got to agree
I
on
agree
that
with
one.
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Damon's saying, I came into the season with a bit of a debate in my head. Souček or Alvarez? Though the world would say Alvarez, I'm not sure. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, the thing is, we've got players, midfield players, to come back in. The likes of Kudus, Alvarez. And we've also got Irving as our backup. Who's actually shown to be a very useful young man.
I agree.
And so Lopetegui's got one of those what they call a lovely headache to have. He's got some exceptional players that can come in, and one or two, adequate players that can come in. And but I still think that he needs to start the same 11 he did on Monday night.
I agree, Butch.
Absolutely, that's the only way you're going to get consistency, positivity, confidence,
and
style
familiarity within the group.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way they played on Monday, the midfield three, Paquetá, Soler and Souček, the way they played looked like they've been playing like that, home and away for the last 10 years. They really look comfortable together. And Soler showed everybody what I've been saying for weeks and weeks, is that there's a much better player in there. People were unsure of him because we hadn't seen him played in the right position. But the way he was played on Monday night, he showed everybody why we got him. And I was so happy because he was kind of like the subject of most conversation about how good he was. It kind of, to me, I thought to myself, he's got to do something to justify to other people why we've got him. Yeah. And now he's done that, Even the likes of Kieran last night said that he, changed his attitude towards him.
Mm-hmm. But you've been saying it too, Butch and Tony. I'm sorry, just say that he's been playing out of position. You know what I mean? I think that was where. So I agree with you.
Yeah. I think the Lopetegui look on Monday, and that must have changed. Well, I think he also changed the man as well, because what we saw.
I think they looked at him. They thought, "Oh God, look at the state of him! Right, we better win this. We give him our win bonus. He can get himself an hotel room and shower."
It seemed like he could tighten himself up. Obviously,
he looked better. He's got the shirt. Lovely.
Look at Brendan's mentioned here. Manu is now 3-2 up there. Amram back in again now. He's the man for Man United. Amram back in.
Until they
I'm still going to have a drink, Tony. I'll be 2 seconds, mate.
No worries. Alvarez is better technically. Souček gets better in the air also. Yeah, I believe Souček is better in the air than Alvarez. More of a goal for it. Tim is saying, "Come on, you Detroit Lions."
Oh yeah, they did it. They won. They're a good team.
Colin's saying, "Gents, I honestly feel we will beat Arsenal 2-1, but that is only if Loppe doesn't tinker with the team, and this is the thing, isn't it? If he doesn't tinker with it, we could be okay. And also, if Antonio plays like he did, but the key would be who wins the battle in midfield."
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Is Rice still carrying this broken toe business that's going to keep him out? Hopefully, it might do.
I don't think so. I think he started in the Sporting game against, and they won 5-1. So I think the only players that are injury right now for Arsenal is White? White is out, and then another guy that comes off the bench, the Asian player. I forgot his name. I forget it.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister when you say it.
Yeah, so I don't want to screw it up and disrespect his name. I'm good at that. I'm not good at names, but yeah, those are the two only injuries. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the same lineup that they play against Sporting, and they're coming off of 2 strong wins now. They've been struggling though. Out of their last 5 matches, they're 1-2-2, and we're 2-1-2. But they've been getting hot lately. So
Yeah, no, I agree on that. I mean, because they were looking a bit in the mud and that, but now found a bit of form. Great show for Marco here as well. I think Fabianski keeps another clean sheet, 1-0. He was immense on Monday. I mean, Newcastle, in the first half, great delivery into the box, but I think Fabianski was just one step ahead of everyone else. And we said, Mama, didn't we? The amount of times we cut a lot of your play out. Apart from when Tadibo managed to spin with the ball and that, and he ricocheted out to Fabianski, and he managed to kind of get it away. But that was probably the only kind of downside to his game.
But know what? That's like a good point, though. With what I'm seeing from Lopetegui is, remember, Areola was struggling. Fab came in, and he's done a good job. We don't have our goalkeepers aren't great at ball distribution. We know that. But I mean, him in the net, he if he's doing well, don't pull him out. So hopefully he sticks out with the rest of the squad. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think maybe Areola needs just a little bit of arm around the shoulders, his confidence back up again. He needs to get something, that's for sure.
A big drop compared to last year. We know that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, at the same point, you've got to look at Pope. Pope made quite a few saves as well on Monday. He also kept the scoreline down as well.
Yeah, I always like Pope.
I mean, obviously, me and Mama was talking about great old, and she loves him, Joe Linton. That's a player you'd love to, see at West Ham being funny because he puts himself. He's not afraid to get stuck in and put himself about.
Yeah,
he's a great fit for Newcastle.
Footballer, Wellington is. He really is. I like to see footballers get stuck in and fight for the ball, and that's what he does. I love him.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like players.
Like that. 3 years ago, 3 years ago, when he first came into the Newcastle side, I remember a lot of people saying that he wasn't very strong and he hasn't really settled in the club or the league and this and that. And there was some concerns that Newcastle might move him on even.
That's right, yeah.
And I'm really pleased that they didn't, to be fair, because I think he's grown really strong under Eddie Howe. And I think this is one of the things that people outside of the club and outside of the Newcastle fan base, we don't see what goes on a daily basis, And I think, Eddie Howe works with certain players. I mean, Joe Linton definitely being one of them. And what's his name? He always worries me every time he's on the ball. Young attacking player. Oh God, what's his name?
Barnes, Harvey Barnes,
mate.
Barnes?
I'll tell you what, Harvey Barnes. That boy worries me every time he's on the ball.
He's a
And on Monday night, there was a particular point where we allowed him to come into the middle, and he had the ball at his right foot, I think it was. And he hit it, and I think it went wide of the post, quite wide. But there was a Newcastle player out there ready to receive it. But I thought to myself, if he'd have hit that maybe, 2 foot to the left, Fabianski wouldn't have got to it. It would have gone top corner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, agree on that.
But
agree on that.
With Joe Wellington, Steve Bruce didn't play him in the right position.
No.
Yeah.
And he messed him about so much.
Yeah.
And Steve Bruce is much in the mould of some of these other managers that are about, including Ange Postecoglou, where it's my way or the highway.
Yeah.
Like you do it my way or piss off.
In the end of his tenure, before we got bought, everybody they were just screaming for him to get the sack constantly. But obviously, because the sale was like in the background, they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And to be fair to Amanda Staveley, she told Steve Bruce he would not be the manager going forward. That they were looking for a new manager. Then Eddie Howe came in and he said he could see Joe Wellington was never meant to be in that position. He needed to be more in the centre where he could play a little bit more and move about a bit freer. And this is what we've got. And I mean, he's been immense.
Yes.
I do. I love him, as I say, because he's an old style footballer.
Yeah.
He's an up and at them. It's one of the reasons I like Kieran Tierney at Arsenal, an old style
Well
footballer.
played, yeah. Right,
He's
yeah.
along them principles as well, because obviously I hark back to 70s and 80s football when there were proper men on the pitch kicking the hell out of each other every time.
That's when you can get away with it, mother. You can get away with them kind of things, that's for sure.
When you say that, I was watching a Liverpool Leeds game, and I can't remember what it was, whether it was a cup game or what, and it was getting a little bit argy-bargy in the front, and Kevin Keegan just turned around and smacked one of the Leeds players right in the face, and the ref went over and told him off. Not even a yellow card.
Yeah, that's you could do them things back in the day, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And now if you do, you get 5 games like Kudus.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then, they were all having a go at each other and just battling. It was awesome. I loved it.
Brilliant. Michael said, "Did you see the press conference? Loppy did he must have got home. He was clean shaven and did his hair. Hopefully, Danny Ings learnt the thing, because I say all I saw was Danny Ings' hairstyle on Monday when he went up like that. Didn't have no gel in it by the looks of it.
It was great.
I was saying he wouldn't change the formation either. Same team. I'm going 2-1 with Arse getting a late consolation Champions League hangover. Rice realised he's made the biggest mistake of his entire career.
He's already realised it.
Yeah, we know that. Amarin's still out by Christmas, Tony. Oh, Matt. You never know.
I can't say that.
No,
the other player that I was thinking of as well was Miguel Almiron.
Oh, Miggy.
He's
a decent player.
There was something going on there, wasn't there? Because he, the camera panned on him on Monday night, but he never came on. And he's always a danger man, isn't he? Really?
Yeah.
He's not.
That's him.
At the minute.
Yes.
Damon, good shot. He's the one. Is him and he's the other person that's injured.
Okay. Yeah, probably fighting through the pain again, Michael, like he was the last couple of games.
Oh, I know exactly how he feels. I broke my toe shoe tonight.
What?
Really?
It was my sister's birthday, right? So
let me tell you the story, Mother. You make this one to make you laugh.
72 years old, my sister, right? And so we went over to my local pub just over the road, and I said, we'll all come back to mine afterwards because it's close. So I had a few pints over the pub. I weren't overly drunk, but I'd had a couple. And came back here. I crashed out on my bed. And then I woke up at about 8 o'clock in the morning with a broken toe. Apparently, I kicked a door or the bed or something going to the bathroom. And I've woken up on Wednesday morning with a broken toe.
Good Lord.
At least you weren't in the bushes.
That's true. He wasn't in the bushes.
Brendan's got a question for you, Lawrence. US sports don't like a draw, always play extra time, etc. Do you enjoy a good draw, and would you like to see those results across the pond?
I like how I don't mind the draws and stuff like that because it's more points oriented, where you get a draw, you get 1 point, and different things like that. Now, if you're talking about like professional football, NFL, American football, they do have a tie. You'll go 15-minute overtime if you're not decided there. All the other ones, sports are there. I don't mind a draw. I think a lot of times, especially, I just compare to, the Prem and stuff like that. You can't keep having all these extra overtimes and all this. And some of these guys got to play games and other things. They get worn out. They're already complaining now that they play too much. So I see the rationale in the draw, so they can, do their 90 and all that. But then once it gets down to the finals, you've got to have a thing. So I don't have any problem with it.
That's a good, fair shout. Colin's asking, would you play Wan-Bissaka up against Saka, and instead of Kufel, play Mavro on the right?
I would play Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Saka, yes. But that's playing Wan-Bissaka out of position, in my opinion. And I think Emerson is good enough to track Saka, maybe not for the entire 90 minutes, but I think he's good enough to track him because Emerson although he does break forward, he doesn't break forward as often as
Mhm.
Wan-Bissaka does. And I fear that Wan-Bissaka might lose Saka.
Yeah, one match they did move second half when he made that. When it was one of the matches where he made all those crazy changes. In he did go over to the left, and Emerson, and then I think Mav went over to the right. I'm with you, Budge. I'd keep him over there. One stat that I looked at because of the preview with Saka, they've got 21 goals. He's got 4 goals and he's got 8 assists. He's been involved in 12 of their 21 goals, so he's definitely making stuff happen. Last year, I think he struggled a little bit. But I think that was because of injury. So he's playing very well. So that was my person of the match that we really have to watch. Odegaard is coming back too. So I think they're going to probably play more of a 4-3-3 and have Odegaard to the right mid. But I would try to keep it the same. But Saka is something that we better figure out, and keep an eye on him because he's around goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that we say about this because we're now going to bring in an Arsenal guy.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, big up, people. Big up, Budgie. Big up, Mama. Big up, Lawrence.
Hey, what's up?
How are
Big
you,
up,
mate?
Tom. Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
Not too bad, guys. I just finished doing a show and I just popped onto this one. So I thought I cannot jump on the show and not give West Ham fans some stick, could I? Do you know what I mean?
Of course not. I was
Yeah,
wondering where you
so-
were at.
Just remember, we have the best moderator on the planet on the panel tonight.
Exactly.
Even though she's on the panel, her
Yeah,
hands still do the work on the keyboard. So be
it
very.
does.
Still got that big
It
red
does.
button that she can explode your camera with.
Mama, we're gonna do this for you. Okay, we're gonna do this for you. We're gonna beat West Ham for you. So we're gonna look. You be on my side, Mama, and everything will be all right. Honestly.
Look, I've never seen Anthony diplomatic in an
No.
by including Mumba in that conversation. That's brilliant.
Chivalry is not dead after all.
Exactly, yeah. I like the system they do to cut the under-21s at the Bristol Motors. 3 points win, 1 point draw, then pens. If draw 2 points for a team that wins on pens, makes for teams trying to win. Yeah, you don't see much of that anyway. Mama Dallon, me when Almiron is going to get sold.
Well, they've been trying to get rid of him for a couple of seasons now, Colin.
Yeah.
I know, was it Watford came in for him? And there was also talk of him going over to Saudi, but nothing materialised. So he's still there.
Yeah, mate, I swear to God, I'd have him at West Ham.
He's
really
a
would.
grafter, Budgie. He's a real grafter.
Exactly. And I'm not being funny. The Premier League lacks them in general.
Mm-hmm.
Get the Wilson Road at a kneecap Saka in the car park before the game.
You want some?
You want to come up, give us
Brilliant. Good evening, Mr. Joshy J. Hope you're keeping well. Good evening, Tony, in the panel and the chat. Hope you're well, mate. Happy with your team at the moment? They seem to be winning, apparently.
Yeah, I really am.
So Amber's still in for a little while, so Fuzzy will be happy. West Ham United and City have respect for each other. All began on the Intercity football special trains. City trust the carriage. RCF approved. Big up. That's a great statement. Will the game in Portugal have slowed Arsenal down? What do you think about that, Andy? Do you think, because obviously there's a lot of energy put in that game, wasn't there, for the result that you got?
There was a lot of energy put into that game, not going to lie. Hence the, the scoreline. I don't know. I think possibly it can do, but I think what gives it an advantage, it was actually played on a Tuesday night and not a Wednesday night. So it's a day back before the weekend actually starts. So, we got that to look at. But I think we're gonna do well. It won't surprise me, obviously, with Mikel Arteta. Obviously he's picking a 4-3-3 at the minute. We got players back. Rumor has it that Ben White is definitely out for the West Ham game. So
because he was one of our top scorers last year.
Yeah. So yeah, Budgie. Yeah, I know, but he's. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I think we're gonna. I think you're going to see a little bit of a change at the back. I think the centre halves they speak for themselves. I think you're going to have Timber playing it right back, and I think it'll be I call him Cauliflower. Left back. Yeah. So that'll be our back four, I reckon.
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
Michael's saying the Arsenal will have 1 day's training to prepare for the game on Saturday. Will that be enough?
No, not 1 day's training. I mean, it won't surprise, but I mean, we had the game on Tuesday night. I mean, obviously, they would have most probably got back either yesterday or early hours of today. But I mean, I think there's training. I think there'll be training back in tomorrow. It does make 1 day. Yeah, sorry, he's right. So listen, it's got to be enough, Ting. It's got to be enough. Or it won't surprise me if they did a little bit of training today as well. So, but I mean, look, I mean, we've had this problem before. After Champions League games, going back into the Premier League, we haven't played as strong. But I mean, anything can happen in this game. To be honest with you, I still think that we're going to win. I'm not going to lie. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I think I'm not too sure what formation you guys are going to play. Whether you're going to play the same of 4-3-3, maybe. I'm not too sure.
I think we're probably 11 rows of one player.
11 rows of one player. Yeah, I think you might be better off. Actually, I think you'd be better off playing a formation of 9-1, Budgie.
Yeah,
have 9 men at the back and the off one. Just play the long ball.
Yeah, I actually do think that we're going to play the 4-1, 4-2-1-3 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You know, I think we'll have 3 up front. Yeah,
I like the 4-3-3, kind of like what we did before, and you really got Soler maybe playing like the 10, where you got maybe Antonio a little further up, so you got Somerville on the left and you got Bowen on the right. Like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And Newcastle's, no matter what, Newcastle's no joke. That's a quality team that we played.
That's the key thing.
And we can say this is a game from Newcastle where we were playing. We were passing the ball well. We're distributing the ball well. We're doing the things like a good top club could play. So I would go to that and use the same players. And again, unless there's not a knock. Lopetegui's press conference today, he said there's 2 or 3 people they're not sure about. That's why I hate press conferences on a Thursday. It should be a Friday. But he's not. But he was asked, are you going to tell us who? So at least he's smart here. It's like, no, he's not going to tell his adversary what players got knocked. So they're not going to show up. You've got some people that are out, like Full Crew won't be in and stuff like that. And just like Ann, you said, I looked it up too. It looks like Ben White's a no-go for sure for Saturday. But I would stick with the 4-3-3 and mix it up a little bit. And with a midfield that we did have there with the Paqueta and Soler and Souček, they were moving around so much. The commentators were even saying that Newcastle weren't sure they didn't know how to defend it because they weren't used to it. So I'd like to see that on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, you're right, Lawrence. What you said. What if it's not broken? Why not fix it? Do you know what I mean? It don't need to be fixed. But I look at that, and I said it on the last show. I was just come off of sort of thing. It's funny because you look at it where you've got Mama Floss's team, and you've got the long-haired Jetty's team, Forest and Newcastle. I will be honest with you, that was 2 good teams that didn't turn up the weekend. Let's go. Seriously, Forest didn't turn up, and neither did Newcastle. And I was absolutely surprised because obviously I was watching the game, and this is where men, Mama Flossie noted, this is where men can multitask, because I was actually watching the game, and I was watching your watch along, and I was putting comments in. So that's multitasking, if you ask me.
Well, you're getting really bad for that.
Usual suspect saying Ben White has been out for years, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
or start Alvarez, Damien, saying, "Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's food for thought for Lopetegui now, as Budgie said. which makes good the top bins of the left 78 minutes.
Mm.
I think he goes 4-1-4-1 again. Possibility of that.
Mm.
That seemed to, because that's what he played for the Newcastle game. But playing Paqueta a little bit deeper in that, like I think someone put in the chat there, that made a big of a difference because we saw that on the Everton game and he excelled as a player, which is what we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, I can see it.
And to be fair, the closer he is to Emerson, the better he plays.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I agree on that. Yeah, look, big teams adapt.
Yeah.
So Damien said he'll start Alvarez.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
I
I know.
thought of one.
Yeah.
Is that look? Colin, we've heard. I think we said this last night, Anthony, as well. Anthony's is Gabriel out? I've heard a rumor that he will be out for the game. We win, sorry to say.
No, I know he come off in the Champions League game and he got placed by Kiwior. He did get a little bit of a knock, but no, he's definitely he's not out as far as I know. But then again, we know what Mikel Arteta's like. He likes playing these mind games. What was it you call it, Tim?
Dark arts.
Dark arts, yeah. So there's a few dark arts flying about. But I know for a fact Ben White is definitely out. But the rest, I think we got a fully fit squad, to be honest with you. But I mean,
Captain Black's good at the dark arts, he is.
Yeah.
All that Mr. on training.
Exactly, yeah. All we've got to see there, Mum, is a pair of them, light circles around his head. We know for sure.
Yeah,
it's definitely that's the case. Yeah.
There's Mr. On.
Mark was saying smoke and mirrors, saying 3 players need fitness tests.
Yeah, man, that's what he said. Yeah.
Ben White party. Yeah. Mark was hoping for a Rice own goal for the winner. Once a hammer, always a hammer.
Imagine the scenes if he did.
Mama, if he did, I wouldn't tune in on Wednesday night show on the Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Actually, no, the Sunday night takeaway, because I would be absolutely livid if this happens. I keep it clean now, but come that show, it could be a different.
YouTube would be in meltdown because the Arsenal fans would be all kicking up. Hammers would be cheering him. Can you just imagine that? My goodness.
They'd be asking for refunds and everything, wouldn't they?
Oh, God. And it would be sell him.
Because you remember last time when he gave the penalty away? He gave the penalty away and he couldn't help but put a smile on his face. And he was like, know, mate,
The funny part would be he'd score that goal, he'd run down to the corner and go like this. He forgot where he was at.
Oh, I love that happens. Not for the Arsenal fans. I mean, I might just say that it would be lovely to see Arsenal fans in meltdown.
As a neutral, I would absolutely love it. I've got a hatred for Lampard. Yes, I would.
Come on, I'm on your side here. I'm on your side, Mama.
But you support Arsenal, so nobody's on your side.
It's all fair and love and war, Anthony.
Absolutely. As I said, there's no friends in football. They always say
there's not. No, there's not. No.
Boss held on for 35 minutes to go, make panic and get in the goal, no problems. Yeah, all right, Maguna. Go on, you big it up. Go on. Get in there, son. Mark said, I think Paqueta ended up playing like a 6 a lot of the game. It seemed to me like it looked like a 4-2-3-1 for a lot of the game. I agree. Yeah, probably does.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Lopetegui goes for a Christmas special and does an inverted Christmas tree and then it'll surprise the crap out of us. That'd be an interesting one. Pepsi saying Hammers fans out at half time. Oh.
No, Pepsi, bite your tongue, buddy.
Let's we don't want the same thing. 4-0 up. Yeah, we don't want that kind of going on again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably did. Paqueta did a lot more defensive work than Sola.
He sure did. Because Sola was up front a little bit, doing more distribution up and making a lot of things happen up there. So but Paqueta, if you looked at his stats, he was like first in a lot of things. It was one of his better matches he's had in a long time.
Yes, very much so. I think with what I said with Mumbo on Monday is the fact of it was good to see every player play their part. Every player.
That was a
and
team
even the
win.
subs when they came on, they all played their part.
Yeah,
Um,
it was good. Yeah.
I mean, I know she don't like drinking it, but maybe we had a drop of the old Newcastle brown out there kind of thing, and it made a big difference from us. It could be that, Mama, could it? Was it they
know
called
who
it?
we are.
What was the name they called it, Mama? What was it? Like, someone put it in the chat, didn't they? What was it
A
called?
bottle of dog.
That's the one. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We had a bottle of dog, and that was it.
A bottle of dog and a Greg Scotty.
Anthony, anyway, just in response to your earlier statement about the win, etc. Don't worry, because the exit signs are lit up from half time onward.
No, true. I just say on yours, like, say, I think the best thing that could happen at West Ham is if because I rumor has it, Budgie, your stadium leaks. So I think if that leaks, if it runs down the toilet walls, goes along, goes down to the steps and out onto the pitch, postpone the match. So to give you more chance of
That's not going to happen.
regrouping.
But it's not a rumour; it's actually fact. The toilets are flooded not every game, but whenever it rains, they are flooded. It's ridiculous. You wouldn't want to go to a West Ham game wearing a pair of sliders, mate. That's for sure.
Big up to Aaron at Arsenal X-Rated. And if you get the chance to, obviously go and see his show as well. Tony, me and the dad have had a little side bet for the West Ham game. Loser wears the other's shirt. Oh, picture taken, and I'll put it on my screen. Win or lose. Fair play to you, mate.
Wow.
Oh, that's.
So I'll take it then from that, Aaron, that your dad's a West Ham fan.
Terence Terence is a West Ham fan.
He's Terence, is it? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right. Terence, don't worry, mate. Your son's going to be wearing claret and blue next week.
Well, that's all you got to think, Budgie. At least someone in the family's got a bit of sense about him. That's
right.
Exactly.
And, even our esteemed guest tonight. Hang on, where are we? To my left. Her husband's a West Ham fan, I believe. So.
Yep.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Class, mate. Absolute class. What you got to say for yourself, Anthony?
Well, what I've got, listen to this. First of all, Julian Dix is a Bristol lad from where I'm from, and my mum used to babysit Julian Dix. So that's one thing. And she told me, excuse my French, Mama, he was a little shit, but he actually did well on the pitch. That was the character of the guy. And also, I believe one of my mum's relations actually lived in the block of flats that looked over Upton Park, and it was either the top or the one below the top, and they used to stand out on by the flats on there on the balcony sort of, and look over and see and watch the games every now and then. So that's the closest with West Ham in my.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, so that's the flats in Priory Road. Because you've got there's 4 of them, wasn't there? Remember that?
Yeah.
Imagine the Arsenal TV would be Arteta out, sell Rice, West Ham United robbed us for over £105 million. Money well spent, we say. Money well spent. I think he's okay there. Stronger than what people think, and he's on his natural side. He played forwards nice and quickly against Newcastle. Agree on that, Damien? Yeah, I would love it. We would beat them. I would absolutely love it. Absolutely. Yeah, quite a statement. We'll be not surprised if Rice gets sent off against us.
Keegan, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Keegan. That was
shouting about Man United, wasn't it?
Well, we gave away a 12-point lead.
Good to see you, Richo. I hope you're keeping well, man.
Richo.
I still think that was the best game. What I watched was Newcastle versus Man United, the 5-0 one.
Oh, was there?
The Ginola goal, and that, and I think, Mama, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Philippe Albert scored the winner in that game when he chips it over Schmeichel, Philippe Albert.
Yeah. There's one back at you there, Budgie. Look.
Exactly that. We did.
We lead the way, as they say. We lead the way, Aaron. That's what we do.
Us Arsenal fans are interested in the exit, because even if we were 4-0 up at half-time, Budgie, I guarantee you 60 minutes into the game, they're what I need to get the train home anyway. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, I was one of the ones that left the stadium earlier.
Shame on you.
Is it?
Well, yeah.
You've got a trek and a half, though, haven't you, Budge, to get back where you are?
Well, it takes me a couple of hours to get home, but
yeah, it's
not exactly the distance that really bothers me. It's the idiots on the railway line, the trains.
Uncomfortable travelling.
Yeah.
Damien's meeting, though, like you said, I hate to say this, but the Emirates is a wicked stadium. But the only thing about that is very similar to the London Stadium. Getting out of the place is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
So we're saying a little
London for you, mate.
Going to say, Tony, what's it like knowing you're not winning the title, mate? Don't go mental asking for a mate. We know who we are at the end of the day. That's the thing. We've got broader shoulders. Unlike you flip-flops who moan and groan and then kind of, oh.
Well, you could flip that round and ask him what it's like knowing you're not going to win the title.
It's true. Oh, yeah, hold on.
No. Like the bottle the title 2 years running.
No. Mama's hit it nail on the head because he knows this. Because the last couple of lunchtimes I've watched him, and I know he was going to mention it. 21 years, Anthony. You've said it as well, haven't you? 21
yes, I said
years.
it as well. I said you
and
said the key word flip-flops. You messaged me the other day, Tone. You was Loppy in. You think Loppy could do something, and you give it the old flip-flops. Well, here it is. Here, I bought a prop. I bought a prop. Flip-flop. I've got his photos on. His photos on the phone. I've got him on the old screensaver on the phone and there. In Loppy we trust. There you go. There. Live on there. There you go. All right. Happy ever say next rate. I had that same bit with my spud bro-in-law last season. I lost. Yeah. And she's now saying evening to us as well. Evening to yourself as well.
Hey, Tone.
Lawrence?
Yeah, I'm going to have to pop off, but
no, you enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Lovely to meet you, Lawrence.
I appreciate it, Mama. Good to see you, buddy. Legend, and always nice seeing you. Nice talking with you. I'd wish you luck, but I don't want to ever lie to you. West Ham 2-1. Come on, you Irons.
Absolutely.
Oh no, he's going to crash. He's going to crash.
Take care,
I'll see you, Lawrence. Have a nice one.
Right,
cheers, Lawrence. At least you had the stomach to put them together like that.
Exactly.
I know. Yeah. The pain's there, Budgie. The pain is there. I'll tell you.
The bet was originally to wear the opposing shirt.
I know there is.
Look at that. Look. The bet was originally to wear the opposing shirt for 24 hours. But I kicked off a bit, so I went away only for 5 minutes. Yeah, fair play to you on that. Yeah, we need to use them more.
Yeah.
Brilliant. But 12 minutes feel like an eternity. Yeah. In our defence, have you ever tried to leave the ground after the final whistle? Yeah, of course, that's true. Yeah, that is painful. I said to Anthony about that. It is a painful experience, Mama. Because you can, when you go to the London Stadium, you can come through Westfield, the shopping centre, straight down the centre, and you're at the London Stadium. Then they decided to put screens up, and you've got to go all the way around the houses. And then you've got the stewards with their kind of stupid, kind of one-way system with the flag, stop and go business. Oh,
it is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
And they've got like 30 of them standing across the road, and one of them's got a little paddle that says stop and go.
Just going on this one, I mean, I'm going to allude to what happened on Monday. I mean, Michael saying if we'd been 4-0 down at Newcastle, still couldn't leave at half time, no trains back to London. And we were talking about this, weren't we? I mean, and Mama alluded to, there used to be later trains.
Yeah.
But for this game, I don't know. Mad. Was it 9:30, was it, Mama? The last train?
So. Yeah, the last train out was down to London was 9:30.
Ooh.
Which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, the trains run all night. Up in the other.
Mad,
They
isn't
run
it?
all night.
Mad.
So that's it then. Like, most of the West Ham fans that went would have had to have got a coach or whatever then.
Would have, yeah.
So the Spurs show is sewage.
Or fly up.
Yes.
Got to fly up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could do that and then get a bus to my front door after when I got home.
Yeah.
Damien, I think we've all been in that situation until Monday's game. Flip-flopping every week on the manager.
Oh, we got one at Arsenal. His name's Lee. Yeah, I just come off fish though, funny enough.
Is he still flip-flopping, is he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's definitely flip-flopping, Mama. He is. And I keep asking the question. Go on, Tim.
I'll give it to him. Did he? Use on the show, the pair of you, and that I'll give Lee a bit of flip-flop treatment as well. He was...
Odegaard's the best captain in the world, and God knows what else. It was, it's on my head in.
You know what I'm looking forward to, Tony?
Yes,
when we play Liverpool. We've got to get Uncle Rod's on.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
I like Uncle Rod's. I haven't met him properly yet.
I think we've Liverpool next.
I like his attitude.
Palace first, Mama.
He's got a great character, Uncle Rod.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah. Winning and good, losing plus bad. Yeah, true. Choking like $10 oars every season. Yeah, that's Arsenal for you. Yep. Brilliant. Saying enjoy your smoked turkey, Larry. Yeah, because Lawrence has done a nice smoked turkey.
Oh, lovely.
He's a great chef, actually, from what we understand. We quite often get photographed in the groups and that with him smoking whatever on the barbecue. And
I'm glad you said that, Budgie.
Yeah.
Now I know you obviously do your plastering and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a position just come up on a TV program. Master Chef. Someone's got to replace Greg Wallace.
Yes.
I've already phoned up the BBC and they're interested.
Oh, good luck with that, mate, because I'm sure you'll fit in very nicely.
Well, just because I look like him just without the moustache. But yeah.
Apparently he's been telling dirty jokes.
Yeah, and he's denying all knowledge of it as well, isn't he, Mummy? That's the thing. He's
They're going back 17 years.
Really?
I know. Well, you got to think that kind of era. There was a lot of it going around at the time, wasn't there? Yeah.
Retrospective cancelling. That's basically what it is.
Wow.
I don't know.
Evening to Lee and Nick. Nice to see you in here. First time. 2-1 to the Irons. We'll see.
Nice.
John Lennon cold turkey. Oh, usual. Wow. Only Tony will know why I asked that. He had to air 21 years ago. Absolutely, mate. I did indeed. That's the last time Arsenal won the league. I'd air him yet at the time.
You did. You sent me a picture, Tim. You had a perm.
I know, mate. Should have seen it. Blue rinse. It was lovely. Don't repeat that.
I saw a funny thing on Facebook earlier. It was a meme. It said, "What was the?" Oh no! Somebody sent it to me. What was the last thing you remember? What it was you, Tony.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you remember watching on black and white TV? What was it? Tottenham winning something, wasn't
it? Winning the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the last time you saw program in black and white? Yeah, Tottenham winning the league.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, I get so much stuff like that sent to me. I forget who sends them sometimes.
Colin's asking. I'll send it to you, Mama. And you as well, Anthony. I'll send it to you. Anthony, truthfully, mate, where do you see your team Arsenal finishing the end of the season? Big up to AFC always as well.
Well, personally, I think Liverpool, the way they are, I think they're going to win the league. And but Man City, they're going through a bad patch at the minute. They've lost 3 Premier League games now, Tim. They lost 4 in total last season, Man City.
Yeah.
Right. So it makes you think, I think Chelsea's up there. I mean, Chelsea's got Villa this weekend, and the remaining 6 fixtures after that, they've got it easy. So they're capable of getting at least anywhere, I reckon, between 18 to 21 points. Full of wins, Chelsea, because they've been improving.
Yeah.
So that's 3 places. And personally, as I'm looking at it now, I still think that 4th spot is up for grabs. Honestly, it is still up for grabs for me.
We'll have it.
Is Mourinho coming, is he? Do you see Mourinho coming to what's that?
Well,
Wouldn't you,
they're
mate?
all getting on the sunshine bus because like, that's how many managers we've got coming to us.
Well, yeah, because Ruud van Nistelrooy's just got the Leicester job, so I think
Yeah. And we got them in 2 weeks' time, so that's going to be quite
I
interesting.
think that's a great thing for Leicester getting him.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely, Mama,
Yeah.
definitely. And West Ham, they've got I think they're away to Leicester. Is it Wednesday or Tuesday night? You're away to them?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
We got you lot on the Saturday, Leicester on Tuesday. And I mean, look, no joking now. Both of them are going to be hard games. You know, Leicester have got a good Premiership history, and they had one season in the Championship, automatic qualification, I believe.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not a team to be trifled with. You can't take them lightly, as it were.
No, that's right.
And we know that Arsenal have got so much quality in their squad that they can produce a minute's notice. You know, they really can. But we also know that every team can have its bad day as well. You know, we showed that last year when we beat Arsenal 2 out of the 3 games we played. All right, okay, so we lost the one we did lose, 6-0. But, you know, we did beat Arsenal in 2 games last season. So nothing's impossible. Nothing.
No.
That's true.
But I still think with that 2-0, Budgie, even though you would have won the game 1-0, but all I want to hear from you, Budgie, right, was that ball out play. It was against this lot, against Newcastle. The ball was out play.
well,
the Bowen return for Sojek to score, yeah?
I've got the smallest one, Mama.
Yeah.
Smallest one in the world.
Do you want my honest opinion on that? I'll tell you what, I take off my claret and blue glasses. It was a fucking mile out.
Thank you, Budge. See, this is the only West Ham fan I know. Him and Kieran talk sense. I always say this when I go on it.
You're such a liar, Anthony. You are such a liar.
Thank you very much for backing me up on that one, Mama. Yeah,
totally agree. Ban him, Mama. Ban him.
He always says everything.
But joking aside, though, no, it was out. I do believe it was out. But, you know, I'm not being funny, Anthony. We don't get the rub of the green generally. None of the lower teams in the league get. Yeah, and I put us amongst that because we aren't regularly fighting for Champions League spots or anything. So, you know, we are one of, you know, what you would consider one of the smaller clubs in the league, and we don't get the rub of the green, just like, you know, Everton don't always get the rub of the green.
I know. Sorry, Mama. It's you.
But, you know, like Everton, you know, Brentford, all of those clubs, you know, they don't really get the rub of the green, especially not against the big boys, you know.
No.
And so I felt, yes, it was out, but, you know, I felt we were justified in it being ruled as a goal because the way the play was going, we thoroughly deserved it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't. He don't let it lie, Budgie. Unfortunately, you know, Mama's alluded to that as well. He doesn't let it lie. I don't know what's really don't.
Probably like having the tooth pulled out without anaesthetic.
It's true. AFC also saying, question: the most expensive crackers have been out today. $1,000 it would have cost. I wonder if it's gold. Go on. $1,000 for crackers.
$1,000 for Christmas crackers. Bloody hell.
I'd like to know what the presents are.
It's still a joke in the hat, Tom.
Mark was asking, will Arsenal underestimate us? I think that was Newcastle's problem due to our form coming into the game. Be honest, 99% of West Ham fans had us down for a loss. Totally agree on that.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
You know. Big up to himself, the Arsenal legend. Arsenal more. Big up the Jez. Big up Tony Budgie Tracker and Mama.
Big up Jez.
Roma's equalising. It's 2-2 then in the 91st minute. Wow. Mourinho would get us cooking. Damien's saying.
He would.
Cooking.
Would he?
I don't think so.
No, I think
He's lost his magic.
I
He's
think
on his
so as
way
well.
out.
Yeah,
I would rather have Ancelotti than him.
Yeah.
I know he didn't have a great time at Everton. He had a fantastic time at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And he's done really well at Real Madrid, etc., etc., etc. You know, I would really prefer him to come to West Ham than I would Mourinho.
If as and when Madrid do get rid of him, there's going to be a clamour for him. There really is.
I agree. He's probably one of the most, respected managers in football at the moment. He's won it all. He's won everything. At every club he's been at, he's won something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the chat saying about Robin Van Persie. Ruud Van Persie. What am I doing there? Ruud Van Nistelrooy. That's because I'm looking at you, Anthony. I'm thinking of Arsenal for some reason in my head. Jesus.
Somebody said the other night, Robin Van Nistelrooy.
Just to allude you, there is coffee in this, by the way. There's nothing else. But
okay, so.
Yeah, somebody the other night said Robin Van Nistelrooy. I thought, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
They've got a love child, obviously.
Yeah.
So we could change the name of this channel to the good, the bad, the ugly, and the hopeful. I mean, I don't know which one would be the.
Evening, James. Evening, Tony Budgie. Anthony and Emma Flossie. They were saying that. We have a lot of good players. We do indeed. There's no two ways about it. London derbies were hamstring Arsenal. Possibly, especially with the teams you've got to play.
Yeah. I mean, we got Man United after you on Wednesday night.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Considering if it looks like he's turned it around and
happy. Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah. Most refs are colourblind. They only see red shirts.
Or light blue ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Definitely light blue ones. Definitely light blue ones.
Yeah, like Ross will go off injured Saturday and your season will crumble. I can see it.
Yeah.
How often does Rice get injured, though?
Yeah, but if he's got that broken toe, bud, just someone said in the chat earlier and that, first 5 minutes, stamp on his toes. That's what you got to do.
Well,
Get the game.
I know how that's going to feel, poor sod.
Yeah. Give the man some credit. I think, look, that guy, even though he's next week, he's made of iron, that guy. Declan Rice.
Yeah, of course he is. Well,
we were talking about
you know why? You know that, didn't you? Because
he's made of glass.
He's
made of glass, Calafiore.
He's an iron. That's why he's, never lose that part.
We were talking about Rice earlier, and we all agree that Declan Rice is, future England captain, etc. And we all know that he's a world-class player. It's just a shame he's gone to a second-class team, really.
Well, he's gone to a better team, bud. You know that. I know we haven't won trophies under him, not yet. But I mean, anything can happen. But apparently, the so-called rumor is that Declan Rice loves playing Champions League football.
Good luck to him, mate. He ain't going to win it. As long as he enjoys the game, that's all that matters, mate.
That's all that matters. But thank you anyway for letting us have him. Thank you.
The Philip Silverware is like anyway. He knows that part. You ain't going to see the Champions League football. He knows what Silverware looks like in his hands.
No. Do you know what I'm going to do? If I ever go to the game, go to the Emirates and watch him play, after the game, I'm going to literally personally go up to Declan Rice and I'm going to get Budgie to sign his brand new cooking book that's out in WH Smith tomorrow, $9.99. You heard it there, and I'm going to give him a copy of the book and say, "This is from Budgie Rice." Big up, and I'll record it and I'll send you the message, Budge.
Yeah, no problem at all. Because he knows who I am clearly. Funny I should say that though. I met Frank McAvenny, Mark Ward, and hold up, what the hell's going on here? Yes, hold up, wait a minute, there's volumes and shit going on. Right, yeah, Frank McAvenny, Mark Ward and Stuart Slater outside the stadium after the day we beat Chelsea 3-1, I think it was the beginning of the last season. And no, it was the season before. And about 4 weeks later, I was coming out of the shopping centre. What's it called?
Westfield.
Westfield, that's it. Coming out of there, and Stuart Slater was walking in. Bearing in mind, I'd only met him once, and I just asked him for a picture, with McAvenny and that. And as I was walking in, I went, "Oh, hello, Slates." He probably gets that all the time, all the time. But I bet not many people get, "Oh, hello, Budgie, how are you?"
Oh,
After one time of meeting him, I was like, he just wandered off like it was normal for him, and I was like, did anybody else hear that? You know what I mean?
Super.
But that's what I was going to ask you, Mama. Do you have like a culture at Newcastle where old players might come back and become part of the coaching staff or
They used to. I honestly can't say whether they do now or not. I really, really don't know. When Sir Bobby was about, there was a lot of the older players like Malcolm MacDonald and
Super Mac.
One of my favourite players. Loved him. When Sir Bobby was about, there was a lot. In fact, there was a lot of footballers. They weren't just old Newcastle players. They would. I mean, we even had Jose Mourinho here because he was Sir Bobby's interpreter when Bobby was over in Portugal. Just all of that. There was that was there. Whether it's still there or not now, I honestly couldn't say.
No. I mean, West Ham make a concerted effort of it, and it seems like Arsenal have started on that trend as well by having Mikel Arteta as the manager. He's one of their ex-players after all. And you do quite often see ex-Arsenal players in and amongst the crowd, etc. But there are a lot of teams that don't apply that kind of mentality to their system, and I think they're making a mistake by not doing it because, I mean, like you yourself, Mama, you've seen how close knit the West Ham community can be, and that's because we've got familiar people in jobs of interest to us, the likes of Colton Cole, the likes of Kevin Keane, and by having not Dimitri Payet, what was his name? Slaven Bilic as our manager for a while, and Alan Kirbishley and etc. We've been doing this for years, having ex-players as part of the setup, and it kind of I think that as West Ham we enjoy some more of a familiarity with the faces of the club than a lot of teams do.
McDonald still is out and about and around, but whether he's associated with Newcastle, I really, really couldn't say.
That's one man I would love to chat with.
He's an awesome bloke. I literally bumped into him in a shop, literally walked into him, was pulling on him. It was when the kids were little and I wasn't paying, and I walked in and went, "Yeah, I'm sorry." I went, "Oh, it's you," like that. And he went, "Yes, are you all right?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." I was, and it was just, and it was a Greg shop, believe it or not, that he was coming out of.
Brilliant.
But Mike Ashley killed a lot of that.
Yes, and I understand that because Mike Ashley was only ever about the money, wasn't he?
Yeah, he killed a lot. There was so much. We have a club. It's called Wall's End Boys Club.
Yeah, I know of it.
Old footballing club, and I mean that's where some of our best players, Alan Shearer, all of them, Steve Bruce, all came through that, all of them. And he stopped the association with that. There was a lot of things like that make Ashley killed that only us Newcastle fans really know about because they're just non-existent. It's a shame. But and once those ties are cut, that's it. People obviously they move on, and I mean I know the likes of Steve Bruce, he still has family who live in Mole's End. He's always up here, and the lad Clark, I can't remember his first name, Lee Clark.
Lee Clark, Lee Clark,
yeah. He still has a lot to do with Wolves End Boys Club and that. But whether the club do or not, I don't know. But as I say, Mike actually stopped a lot of the old players coming in. You've got like the one that went over to America. I can't remember his name. Warren Barton over to America, and he comes over here and he's doing a book tour, and everybody's thinking he's turning up. No, you wouldn't have him in the club. Wouldn't let him in.
That's bad,
there was loads of things like that, and it's really strange because these lads are part of your heritage. They were part of the Kevin Keegan's team.
They're part of the reason that so many people follow the club.
Exactly. The only one I know who still goes to the club and has a lot to do with the club is Nobby Solano.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. What a player he was.
He played for us for a while, didn't he?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, a little stint. Yeah,
But
what a player he was.
They did a thing a while ago about the old retro shirts, like the claret and blue stripe. Can you remember them?
Yes, yeah.
They did a thing with them.
Brownell on the front.
All the old players back. So it was Rob Lee, David Ginola, all of them. They were all, and they did pictures of them with all the old shirts on.
Wow.
They did that, but
what a difference. Bloody hell. You was asking your mama, you play Liverpool next Wednesday. What's your prediction?
A battering. I cannot see us beating Liverpool at all. No way. Not the way Liverpool are playing.
I predicted 2-1. I know it was a loss, Mama, but I think, to be honest with you, I think I predicted 1-0. It was 1-0, sorry. Because I think after that game that you lost against West Ham, I think we'll see a different Newcastle now. After that, they want to come back on winning terms.
It's Liverpool, Anthony, and look at them. Look at Liverpool are playing.
I mean, anything's possible. I mean, they have lost to Nottingham Forest this season, haven't they? So,
yeah, but they haven't lost since.
West Ham fans sent Lampard to Coventry years ago. Thoughts on his appointment, at least he won't be here now. Yeah, that's true, because there was that rumour, wasn't there, that Lampard Jr.
Yeah, there's always dodging about.
I think it's going to.
I think we said it earlier, didn't we, Tom? We felt that it was a good appointment for him. We feel that it's the right sort of level for him. And if he was to come to the Premier League, the team that I suggest that would be comfortable with him would be Brighton, because we've seen unknown people coming into Brighton and succeeding to a level. So that's the kind of level he should be at, we think.
Yeah.
So this is Aaron's dad's budgie. There's Terence here now. Look, by the way, gentlemen, my son Aaron, aka Arsenal X-Rated, has agreed to wear a West Ham top when we beat them at the weekend. I'll make the picture available to you. Oh,
good
please
stuff,
do, mate.
Excellent
please
stuff.
do.
Thank you very much. Cheers,
not the fact that I'll make it A size, A4 size, A1 size, AO size. Don't worry, Aaron. We won't kind of make a big thing of it.
We promise you it won't be on the side of the London Stadium for long.
Only a week or two, that'd be fine.
Well, it'll probably be a couple of hours because they'll rip it off, wouldn't they?
Knowing that, yeah, true. Actually, do you all think London clubs find it hard to win the league because there is so many London derbies to play?
There could be some of that.
Some of that,
Chelsea won it a few times, didn't they? And Arsenal have won it in the past. And I think really and truly, the fact is that there are certain London clubs that have greater access to greater tools, if you know what I mean, better players, etc., etc. And therefore, they are going to be the clubs most likely from London to win the title.
Yeah.
Whereas, clubs like Manchester City, Man United, Liverpool, They've got the money and the history. Not so much the history with City, but they're record breakers now. So that gives them another added bonus when they're looking at players and stuff. And you got to say it's the managers and the players that win titles. And I just think certain London clubs have better access to those tools. Arsenal being one of them, Chelsea being one of them.
It looks like in the Knowles household there's a bit of a rift going on already. Look, Aaron's already got the shirt out for his dad. And as Mama Budgie says, smash that like you're free loaded rubble.
That's the first time I've seen that one.
Mama Budgie was in earlier.
I seen what is it? I seen Yeti. I seen Yeti with
Yeti Mama and Flossie, but
that's
Flossie
it.
Yeti.
The worst thing is, that looks like my bloody daughter. One of my daughters, anyway.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Pepsi, what a great shout. Vestilo Esprilla.
Oh, he was awesome. He was
brilliant. You got to think, him up front, Alan Shearer, Les Ferdinand, all three of them as strikers for Newcastle. David Ginola out left. Blimey, I tell you what, that was the best Newcastle team. Obviously, when I was young, growing up, that was the best Newcastle team that obviously I saw. So
every time he scored, he did his handstands going down the side.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah, God, dear. What a player!
Joey Barton.
Bloody
oh God, no. No, I can't stand the guy. Can't stand the guy for what he's done now. Plus, he managed Bristol Rovers as well. That's one guy that I would like to. Yeah.
Another one I believed his own hype a bit too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Mark was saying Seb Schmeichel wasn't here long, but he now has a restaurant in his country called the Bolin.
Yes, he has. Yeah, in Luxembourg.
I mean, not being funny. I mean, when we heard Slevin saying, once a hammer, always a hammer last night on the show, what a comment.
Yeah. And, a lot of ex-West Ham players, managers, people associated with the club are like that. They are very much like that. They say that a lot.
Yeah.
Big up to DJ Crane. What have you missed? You missed a good show so far, and watch it from the beginning again, DJ. We get the chance to. Great panel. 3 Tonys, Budgie Hayes, Tractor Boy, and Mama Flossie. Absolutely been brilliant. Anthony, when was your last European trophy? As was last year. Hey, get in there.
Ours was back in Copenhagen in Monaco. The Cup Winners' Cup. Smudgy Alan Smith scored the winning goal against Parma. We won 1-0.
So you're not really putting that right off the top of the head?
No.
Beautiful Beardsley. That's not just Beardsley, but the beautiful Beardsley.
Yeah.
He was a cracking player here.
Yeah.
And also, I got to say, with me, like me and you as well, Andy Cole started off in the Arsenal reserves. George Graham didn't rate him. He said, look, you ain't going to get in this team, you're rubbish. He then went to Bristol City. And then when Newcastle got promoted from the Championship up to the Premier League, we sold him to you for 1.75 million, Andy Cole. And he scored 41 goals that season. Remember in that first year of the Premier League? He scored 41 goals. Yeah, so that's another good striker Newcastle have had. Is Andy Cole.
What about that? Yeah. Timmy's saying I played against Kevin Keane, South Buck Schoolboys League. He was good, but Czech's Butler Court, he won the lot. Caveat, Gazidis played here above us, top striker. No, he was a knobhead, though. I'm sure he left Newcastle in disgrace, yeah. Remember seeing Defo playing Central Park in East Ham? Central Park, mate, yeah. Premier League player at the time. Me and my mates couldn't believe we were still playing in the park.
Stop it.
My old neck of the woods there, Damien. Just up the road from there.
Hey.
See the amount of players that used to kick a ball about on Wanstead Flats.
Oh, mate.
When they went.
Yeah. Nick Fulton saying, we'll be running around Arsenal with our European Cup. We'll be running around Arsenal with our European Cup. We were running around Arsenal. Nick saying, love you, Anthony.
Love you too, Nick. All the best, mate. Yeah. And good luck, by the way, in this weekend. I'll see that. We'll bloody lose now. You watch. Oh, God.
Evening, Tyler. They were lucky to beat Southampton, to be fair. True. Mark was saying, a coach of Sunday team for 6 years, ex-Arsenal players, Charlton players in their team. Some don't make the grade, but are still good players. Never lose. Quality is permanent.
Yeah.
Quality is permanent. Jesse saying, great show, you real ones. Catch you in the future. Take care. I think it's time for a change. Love to you all. Jez, hope it's all right, mate. I think, I don't know if you saw in the chat, he was saying about the shows he's done recently with the programs. He's not happy. So,
no?
Yeah, not happy.
Yeah, that was plenty chat.
Yeah, there's a couple of comments back there.
All right.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Taking 3 points from the barcodes away isn't for everyone. Your new backdrop, yes. I don't really take. Can we just see if we can just remove us for the moment when I bring us all back in again?
Nice. Colourful.
Oi. E7 Emma, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Mark was saying, I just want us to put effort in, win, lose or draw. I think that's the main thing, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if we lose, as long as we put a performance in, you're happy with your team. And that goes for for Newcastle, Arsenal, West Ham, any team. As long as your team plays, puts the effort in, you can, at least you can say the boys give it a go. That's all you look for at the end of the day.
They can walk off the pitch with their heads held high, then we can walk out the stadium the same way.
Exactly that. But would we
just
do
do
that?
Just think of a pet.
No, I start scratching my head and that.
Not big.
Things there. Yeah, but the question I'm going to put there. What happens? Do you have a good performance at half time and that, and then go home and that, and we had old eye because in the second half you're going to get hammering. I don't know. Does it work the same way? Probably not. Arsenal are gagging for a Carabao silver lining, surely.
I'll take it. It's a trophy at the end of the day. I mean, if you've already spent 850 million quid and you can't win a trophy, you've been backed, then obviously there's something wrong with your man management skills. That's what I can say. But hopefully, we won't squeeze 20 lemons at half time. We'll be squeezing 100.
Who was it that you lost in the Carabao Cup to last season, then?
Yeah, all right, Budge.
It was us, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Budge.
And he did it with a straight face as well. Love that.
By the way, Budge, who knocked out the FA Cup last season?
Yeah, mother.
Don't matter. We weren't expecting to get anywhere in it anyway, so not important.
Mama, once that I remember for Newcastle was under Bobby, rest in peace. You lost the first 3 group games of the Champions League, and you won the next 3, making you the first team to qualify after losing the first 3. What a manager! What a manager he was as well.
Oh, he was awesome. So
even heavy metal therapy. Good to see you as well, Ian. Nick, you cheated on me watching other channels. Don't tell Jay and Sam I'm watching too. Brilliant. Jake as well is in here. Jake's in the house. C7 Hammer. They're all saying like each other, which is brilliant. Question mark on there. Quick gun in the Northeast legend. Technically, as I sent you the link from here, I took you on a date to Early Doors Football TV. That's very kind of you.
Cracking night out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Top entertainment so far. Where's Lobert, Anthony's cousin? Someone say Bristol Rovers. Evening.
No. Not Bristol Rovers, no.
I remember the FIFA 97 cover with, Ginola, what a player.
Yeah, I had that game. It was a good game.
I think with Aaron Wan-Bissaka ending up on the left wing, Trossard and Martinelli going to have a field day. Well, let's hope not. Trounce Barcelona the day Festino.
Yeah.
And they were saying like, yeah, mama. Amir is here too. So we're not far from finishing up. Mac McDonald was a wonderful player for Newcastle. Yeah, definitely.
He was super, Mac. Brilliant.
She called it Nick of Grass. I'm not owned. Good luck to you, Anthony. I hope you have a short waiting list when Arsenal fans leave the stadium early.
Yeah, they most probably would, Nick. They most probably would. It wouldn't
He
surprise
jokes with
us
you,
if
yeah.
they do.
Ravi, good to see you.
Even Ravi.
Everyone.
Hey.
How do West Ham deal with our Arsenal play over the 90 minutes?
Usually badly.
Same way as they played against Newcastle, go up and at them.
That's
And
all you
don't
got
let
to do.
them play that game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Mama.
That's a really good point, actually. You know, we have to get at him.
Yeah. Oh,
Keep possession, pass the ball fairly, and also if you can, which I'll be honest with you, if you can get two people onto Saka, then that's pretty much that, because there ain't really much of a threat coming down that left side with Martinelli. It'll all be on the right hand side from Saka.
I think the main thing is we said last night, you know, Saka and Odegaard, cut them two out. Your team haven't got much to offer. The only thing I'd say is the threat for us, you know, your power, set pieces on corners. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Gabriel.
I think Arsenal and West Ham now are pretty much the same, where we're both struggling for you know, not like strikers to score up front. I mean, for Arsenal, it don't make a difference who they play up front, whether it's Jesus or Kai Havertz, because none of them ain't got their scoring boots on at the minute. So, do you know what I mean? So that's where the goals are going to come
Relying
from.
on screamers from outside the box from Declan Rice.
Well, yeah, this could happen, Budge. You know, I think he did score. I think he scored against West Ham
last year, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he scored against you lot last season. But did you notice how calm he was when he was like, "No, all right, I'd scored, we've won, but I've still got my respect."
You know, he's got respect. Yeah, exactly. And you know, fair play to him on that one. But just looking at this comment here, I mean, who remembers it? Yeah, Philippe Albert.
I mentioned him. Yeah, brilliant player.
Top lads.
Yeah, there's some great shouts for some names coming through. Special likes up, please, and subscribe as well. Yeah, of course. Green Street's Elites, Early Dogs Football TV, Mama's channel as well. I know it's only dogs, but she still needs subscribers as well.
Only dogs.
Subscribed.
I know.
Subscribe, yeah. Actually, so you just reminded me, because you mentioned dogs. Has anybody seen my dog's toy?
Oh God!
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
But seriously.
Yeah. Arteta squeezed Josh's lemons into the new 3-year contract. Yeah, that's for sure, DJ. That's what a manager Spobby definitely named classy. Are you gonna, I thought you had the toy there, Mama.
No, I was letting the dogs in.
It's his milk tin, mate. Yeah, definitely. Bought R9 to Barca. Yeah, that's true. Keep the stream going at least another 15 minutes, please. I'm not finished fapping. I used to rate Steve Stone when I was a kid. Steve Stone, he was a player, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player for Forest.
One of those underrated players that just popped up and scored wonderful goals or fantastic assist or something.
Yeah.
You know, Stone, when he got into the England squad, I was like, why?
Yeah.
He showed why in the first
game. He put
game.
himself into it. Do you remember the other Steve Ball?
Steve Ball,
the striker for Wolves.
Steve cool. Ball. You know, he was a good player.
Good.
Even Sean, fresh bonsoir. Swear I just heard someone fart. Nick saying, Tony, you know what? As your moustache has grown more and more, it actually suits you now. Thank you, mate. Thank you. You'll be going soon. Tempted saying 870 million, a 5-year plan, going to get hammered Saturday. Arteta will be hiding behind excuses in his eyebrows. That was perfect eyebrows. We're going to get knackered after that performance against Newcastle. Our best match in 18 months. Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Yeah.
West Ham have to keep Party quiet, a.k.a. Thomas Gathering. We are now building to 3-0 home win. Brilliant. I heard the fart too. Yeah, I heard that one. Guna saying, and see you weekend panel and chat. Big up, work to do. Take care. You too as well, Guna. Thanks for coming in, mate. Great comments and catch you soon, matey. Anthony with a clanger.
Remember the clangers?
Oh, well, I'm a bit too young for that kind of thing. Seen the reruns, but
Come on.
No, Tony, be honest.
I could be wrong. I don't remember. Were they the picture thing on your finger?
No, that's Finger Bob.
There were the little things that lived on.
Yeah.
They lived on Button Moon.
No, they didn't.
Button Moon was his own. It was his own TV.
Yeah, that was where Mr. Spoon went.
They lived on the moon, and their craters had dustbin lids for roofs.
And the soup dragon made them soup.
That's it.
Yes, that's it. I mean, just what I just said there and that Finger Bob. You couldn't say that now, could you? Really? I mean, you couldn't have a TV program called that now. That's for sure.
God, blimey. I'll tell you what, this is where Lou goes. I thought I was bad enough, but bloody hell. I'm glad I just swear every now and then, especially on Wednesdays.
Nick's asking, how was a celebrity? I'm a celebrity, Anthony. He's asking.
Don't know. I don't watch it. I got to be honest with you. I think it's gone past this time. And I'm sorry, Mama. I don't know what your opinions are of. I think Ant and Dec. I think that duo's over with now. I think they've done it too far. I'm a celebrity. I think the best one that I watched in there was when they had George Best's ex-wife on there, Alex Best, and that bit when no. I used to watch them, but I haven't watched it for years and years now.
I don't watch them.
I mean, I already said this as well, didn't I? About Bowen, the goal for England to kick-started it off. I agree on that. Absolutely fresh. Yeah. Steve Claridge. Yeah, that's a player and all.
Yeah. He weren't a bad manager either afterwards.
Yeah.
Managed Palace for a while, didn't he?
Yeah.
Thomas Partey has been Arsenal's best player lately.
No, Steve Claridge years ago. He was the only footballer I knew that played without shin pads. He always had his socks down by his boots, didn't he, Steve Claridge? Yeah. Never ever wore shin pads.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at Jack Grealish now, I think he has a lot of postage stamps as shin pads. Really,
Well, in a minute, they're second class, aren't they? Not first. So,
yeah. Timmy's saying Suit Dragon was the nuts.
Yeah.
And obviously, Michael's gone to bed anyway, so good night, Michael. Absolutely. How have the four of you been anyway? Have you all had a good day? Yeah, been busy. Not bad at all, Nick. A lot of work been going on where I am at the moment, ready for the new season next year. So very busy on that regards.
Yeah, I've had a fun day. Walking the bloody dog with a broken toe.
Poor son.
Budgie Rice. See, at least someone knows how our player feels playing with a broken toe.
That's right. Yeah.
True. Yeah, look, Nick's saying about your Ant and Dick thing. They do need something new, to be fair. There's another thing I could say about
them. They're going stale, aren't they?
Definitely. Marlene Clark showering was the best.
No, really? I'll have to rewind it and find that bit.
Steve Clay said he's best for Cambridge. Cambridge, yeah.
Mm.
Talisa had way too much work done.
4, Budge. That was mine in class. Season 6, episode 4.
9 minutes and 18 seconds in, I know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of this. I'm a Celebrity this season. I must admit.
I've never watched it.
No, I haven't.
Apparently, Talisa's had too much work done, so bless her. And I think, you just got to look at her. What was her name? The other singer. You had Katie Price doing her kind of mangling herself, and the other one, what was her name? the free girl. I can't remember what she was now.
Um,
She's done a lot of work done and all. I'm Slab. Didn't recognise anyone apart from the guy from Communards and Barry the Boxer. Can't get him with trash TV.
Barry Wigan.
Terence is saying clangers last like Peter Beardsley actually looked like the bloody soup dragon. Oh, look at that one. Look, Timmy, George Best.
Oh, mate. Loved him so much. I met him.
Did you?
Yeah, he used to, in his later years, before he passed away, he lived in a place called Walton on the Hill near Tadworth.
Yes.
Near Epsom.
Evening, James.
And he used to drink in the Checkers Inn. And one afternoon, I didn't even know he drank in there. One afternoon on the way home from my father-in-law's, who was in Tadworth, we stopped off in the Checkers for a bite to eat and a drink. And he was at the bar with his friends and that. So I sent him a drink over. And he walked over to the table and thanked me personally.
Oh, nice, mate. Nice.
But yeah, it was only a few months before he passed away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anthony, can you answer this one for Nick? 'Cause I'm sure you must have this.
I just started growing hair on my ear. Never had hair before. Sign of it. Don't know.
Some fucking weird questions you get, you know.
Very sad with a Wenzel's in an Arsenal shirt, mate. Aaron's that confident. Well, I feel they sound like each other, which is great, brilliant.
Even James.
Bikers.
So at this point here, what I'm going to say to you is that later on down the line on this Thursday evening, Tony and I are going to be doing like a focus on some of the old players that we've had at West Ham. And so watch out for that in the near future. Green Street Elites, we're going to call it. Or Elites of Green Street. Something like that.
No, the first one was all good.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we're going to be doing a little focus on some of the old West Ham players. I think the first one we're doing is Alan Devonshire, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, Alan Devonshire, mate. Yeah. Sorry, I just see James quite nice one. Sober now. Yeah, Alan Devonshire.
Yeah, Alan Devonshire will be the first one. So
should be good.
Get ready for that. I don't know when that's going to be, whether it be next week or the following week. But bearing in mind, we've got Arsenal on Monday, on Saturday, and we've got Leicester on Tuesday. So Thursday's going to be a bit clogged up with matters of those two games. So maybe we'll do it the following week.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing Tony's favourite West Ham player, or favourite ever West Ham player, Marco Boogers? Is he in the category, Budgie?
Of course he is, mate. He's a hero. He's an absolute hero.
I think he went into legendary status that when he took out Gary Neville, and that's what he elevated himself from that point onwards.
Anyone that takes out one of the Nevilles is good by me. You know?
I can remember watching that on Match of the Day. As soon as he come on, bang.
Oh, mate. I was there at that game, like I said to you. Remember it immensely. Nick saying to you, Budgie, I'm the master of weird questions.
Yeah, mate. It seems that way.
Nation 99, good to see you. Rank pies at the Theatre of Tears. And wet pizza slice as well. Got some nice ones coming in here. Quality basking wet. Yeah, absolutely. Thing is, I actually have ear grown on my earlobe.
Yeah, mate, I've had that for years. Don't worry about
that. Thoughts on Tongue Daddy as a player?
Who?
Interesting.
Who's Tongue Daddy?
No idea on that one. Ian Wright, Nigel Winterbird, and Freddie Lindbergh special. Yeah, all them players.
Yeah.
I actually got a signed Arsenal shirt, which I framed, and that's been signed by Freddie Lundberg.
Have you?
Yeah.
Fresh to say, great work, Nick. What fertiliser are you using? Brilliant. John Robertson, Trevor Francis, Tony Woodcock, great Forest. Yeah, definitely, Colin. James is saying, smash the like button and sub for Early Doors Football TV for Tony and the lads. Thanks, James. And obviously, yeah, make sure, as always, all the people, the content creators, James, E20 Zone TV. You've also got Aaron X-Ray Rated Arsenal. You've had a good Matata in there. Don't forget these people as well, please. And obviously, Budgie with Green Street Elites and Mum Flossie as well.
Yeah, and you're forgetting the man in the corner here. We've got to see his trailer.
His trailer.
I knew I was waiting for this. Budgie loves this trailer.
I love it.
You are.
Wasn't Harry Redknapp on Celeb? I can't remember if it was or not.
Yeah, he was. He won it.
Oh, of course,
He
yes,
won
that's
Harry
right.
Redknapp.
Yes, remember, yeah.
King
That's
of the
why he
jungle,
got,
wasn't
that's when he got all the TV adverts, isn't it?
he?
Have we
Yeah.
got predictions for the West Ham game, West Ham Arsenal game panel?
All right. We haven't done them yet, but we can for you, Aaron.
Yes, let's do it quickly.
Seeing
Then.
as you're going to be wearing our shirt next week. 2-1 West Ham for me.
Anthony?
Oh, I was hoping he was going to come to me last. All right. I just think the way our West Ham are playing, Loppy being in charge, I think beating Newcastle was a one-off fluke. So I'm going 7-1 Arsenal. No, I'm joking. 3-1 Arsenal. I give you a goal. I give you a goal.
Yeah. I would say the bet for Nick Manscaped, lobe, sack and crack. Lobe, sack and crack. Yeah.
What about you, Mama? What do you think could happen? West Ham Arsenal.
Well, like I say, if you go up and at Arsenal, because I think Arsenal are a bit like City, if you stop them from playing their game the way they want to play it, then you have a really good chance. And me personally, I'd like to say you bash them 3-0, to be fair.
Lovely.
Sorry, Anthony.
That's all right. Tom, sack the mod. Sack the mod.
Oh, mate, you just earned yourself 5-year free subscription.
Yeah, I think I might change my tune. I think I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham as well because I think we might turn the corner on this one.
Well, being realistic, I would say 2-1.
Yeah, very much so. I think it's going to be probably a close game, even though Arsenal have done well.
Yeah,
it's still coming to us and that, and we know obviously it can be a bit of an awkward place for Arsenal if we give them a game.
yeah. And to be fair, I think it's going to be very difficult to keep Arsenal from scoring a goal. At least one goal.
Yeah, they've got a goal in them, haven't they, all
As
the
good
time.
as Fabianski's been and etc., you can never dismiss, Arsenal from scoring because they do it. They do it regularly, annoyingly, and it's likely that Rice is going to have a major part in any goals or any result that Arsenal get, and which is going to upset us even more, obviously. But I just genuinely think if we are with the same mindset that we were on Monday night, I've got a feeling that we'll get something from it. Maybe like a 1-1 draw even, but I'm going for a 2-1 win because I think we're due one. We're due a win up that end of the league.
Go with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, you just had a win, boys. God.
We want to get a back-to-back win.
It'd be like I'm not saying. Don't get me wrong. It'd be nice for you to get wins and for West Ham to gradually, slowly go up the table. But unfortunately, with your manager, I can't see it. The only way I can see it is if you get rid of him and you bring in another manager. And also, at the end of this season, if you get rid of your bloody owner as well, that's Sullivan. Get rid of him, and West Ham would be a happier place. It'd still be leaking, but it'd be much happier. That's what I'm going to say.
We've been hoping for that for the last 5 years or more, mate. And it's looking further and further away every bloody season. And in answer to Ravi's question, I don't know him personally, but I do know who he is, and I
same here.
Follow his channel from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got his own show now, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. He's one of the West Ham reps that Talk Sport use.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Recently 3-1. She's going for Arsenal there. 5-0 Pepsi, as always. Fresh 3-0 home win. West Ham getting smashed, but we'll yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. And there's Budgie's channel. So if you get the chance to, please make sure you go and help him out there. Not until I see the 11th, no prediction. And there's Aaron's channel, Arsenal X-Rated. Timmy's going for a Desmond. James's channel, the 20 Zone TV. Brilliant. Yeah, Howard saying 2-1 to the Mighty Hammers. Boogers now runs his own linguistics company in Dordrecht in Holland. To show that he's come good. Nick said, I think 1-0 to West Ham, but with one missed penalty from Arsenal and a disallowed goal. Rice to score an own goal.
That's very specific.
Terence is saying, I was cleaning up Upton Park after a match like many of the young ones years ago for a free ticket. Got to meet Devonshire. He chatted with us for a couple of minutes. Total hero. God bless him.
Absolutely, Terence. So don't miss the show we do when we, obviously it will go on the thumbnail and that, but don't miss that show because we are going to do a little bit of in-depth. Well, I'm going to do a bit of in-depth research into stuff as well. But, obviously we'll share some memories we've got of him. And so will you guys in the chat, no doubt, hopefully.
I was going 1-2 the Arsenal, expecting a proper game. Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, Arteta out, Damien saying.
I love the history stuff. I love it when people talk about the old days of that club. I don't care whose club it is. I love to listen.
It was always nice. Pepsi saying 1-0 to the Palace for the Newcastle game.
Okay, Pepsi. Cheers.
Break my heart there, Mama.
Sorry, lads.
True photos, Aaron. That's all we've got to say in that. Your dad will tell you that.
Endear yourself to people in one easy lesson.
Liverpool have taken advantage of City Sunday. Going to be some game. Oh, that'd be a game and a half that one, yeah, because obviously Liverpool and City, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to be a massive game.
Oh, what I'd give to see Rice get an own goal. Mama knows. Yes, she does indeed. 2-1 to West Ham. Arsenal score first. Hope it happens to laugh me arse off. Rice to score an own. Gee, that's the winning goal for us. Yeah. Good one, Mama Flossie. West Ham, let's see Balogun. Oh, imagine that. Yeah, Balogun, that should have been. I bet you'd love a Woodgate debut for a Madrid and score an own goal and get.
Oh, yeah.
Rice, yeah. Top player. He was. Arsenal blown their budget midweek. Could be the case of that. Just got a text from Sammy Perkins. He reckons 3-0 home win. There you go. Henry is saying, I feel West Ham will lack the energy in crucial moments, but anything is possible when you have Danny Ings. Yeah, he's a fresh player for us.
Right, exactly that. He's kind of, I don't know, he must have been taking some of that bloody youth elixir or something, because he looked like a 20-year-old, isn't he, in the last couple of
He has. He's been, I mean, look, put in here that, we haven't lost to a team outside the top 8 this season.
Wow.
Ben White's a classic man's best start, but don't hold that.
God, you know.
Brilliant. Ravi, I know, mate. I know. Yeah, shame he didn't get Robbie Ruben. Ben Percy.
I called it. It's safe.
Yeah.
You're getting safe,
mate. Yeah, let's hope not.
It's written in the stars.
I was getting pelters from these two in the little chat that we have. Him and Fuzzy. You're getting Southgate now. West Ham 3-1. James is saying payback for Dusty Ian Wright and dollar chasing Lundberg. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've actually heard a whisper that Southgate may be interested in another one of the home nation's national teams.
Wow, really?
I'm not sure which one.
As long as he stays away from us, Budgie, that's I think probably the best thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Word on the street is Kufo is scripted to score a hat trick. Oh, imagine.
If that's the case, Budgie, that would be Wales because, well, in no disrespect to them, but well, out of all of our home nations, I think Wales is the worst one at the minute because it was
they're the ones in most need of direction, definitely.
That's right, Ross.
Great comment from Matt here. Look, Mama Flossie, top mod and top panel member, 100%.
Too kind.
Just answer me a question, Anthony. You're from Bristol originally, of course. You know, does that make you like a proud Englishman or a frustrated Welshman?
A proud Englishman. A proud Englishman, 100%, 100%. There's a bridge between us. There is a bridge between us and Wales. There is a bridge between us.
Yeah. So I used to have a mate who was from Bristol. I used to wind him up all the time. I used to call him Taffy and everything. He hated it. Hated it. That's why I thought
Yeah. I got a mate from Wales. That's his nickname for me. I call him Taff. They did, but some of them they don't like it, do they?
No, they don't, mate. They don't.
No.
Aaron's throwing the gauntlet down to their Mama. Look, 3-0 Palace. Hopefully.
3-0 Palace.
Enjoy your Sunday breakfast, Terence. He's saying there. Look at that. Yeah. He's gone 2-3 to City. Pepsi. Wow. 50 million sounded a lot for Balogun. Yeah, definitely. I think City. Colin, good night to yourself as well, mate. We're nearly wrapping up anyway ourselves. Good night, Tony, Budgie, Mama, Flossie, Anthony. Great show, everyone. Very enjoyable. Sorry to ever leave you. Got to do some care duties for my friend, and we know, you've got to do that. And as we said, the top and most respect for you for doing that as well, mate. And
big up, Colin.
Colin, thank you for joining, mate. Thanks for all your comments. Always good to see. Thank you. See you on the next one, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Colin.
I feel bad for taking the piss because I like you as a person.
What's your snitch?
Happy, come on, look. Happy, he looks a bit. When he's come on, he ain't been too bad. Like, give him Blake. I mean, look,
we're not saying he's a world beater, Happy. What we're saying is he looks like he's had a resurgence. He looks like he's invigorated.
Bit of energy about him.
Yeah,
but
not that lazy Danny Ings we had in the first season he came. That's basically what we're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Donny is saying ESI's doing well with Roby, Fulham, Arsenal B team. True.
Yeah. Funny, he's never had any injuries since he went to Fulham, isn't it?
No, funny, really that, isn't
strange.
it? Yeah. That tells you something straight away. Rev said, did any of you guys like the player manager role? I think it comes down to the character there, Revy. There's only a handful of players that can do both.
Yeah.
But the majority in that haven't got a clue in hell.
No, I didn't like that rule. I don't know if you remember, but when Paul Merson was in charge of Walsall, he was the player manager there. And when he actually subbed himself, so he come on the pitch, and I think he played like the last 30 minutes of the game because obviously he was getting older and his legs went, a bit like the West Ham defence. But what I'm going to say is, what it was, he actually had a dispute with his captain because where he thought the captain should be captaining the team, telling the team what to do, this, that, and the other. Obviously, with Paul Merton being the manager, he took over that role. So there was a bit of dispute between him and his captain of his team at that time. So yeah.
The captain should be.
Well, funny enough, I remember semi-pro. You had Ford United, and not only was you give Tonk the captaincy. But the goalkeeper for Fords was the chairman of the club as well. And he was a decent keeper, actually. He wasn't bad at all. What's the crack, Dill boy? How we doing? Gunner TV, Ben Wise disgraces humanity. I think, most people say that. Flutters around the shutter. Wench on the bench, Ings.
Did you actually see the picture of Ben White? Do you remember when he had that he dyed his hair blonde, and he had that is it suntan lotion on, or it was something like that, and they called him Madge from Benidorm. That he looked. That's what they called. That was what they called him.
Hench about the fence.
Over my head because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, the best way to do it, Budgie, is just think of what Anthony just described of Ben White, and then just think of Donald Trump.
All right,
that's the best way to say it.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. Always love superstar mum. Yeah, got to, haven't you? She's wonderful.
Yeah, you've got to love Mama. She does a great job. I'm surprised that Mama's not being paid. You know, we'll have to sort this out. We have to put a poll in. You know,
you're the one that carries all the notes, mate. You're the one who has all the notes.
You know what? I opened my wallet today on my lunch break, and guess what? The only thing that came out my wallet was a moth. I couldn't believe it. I thought, well, there's nothing in there then.
Did you manage to catch it?
No.
I heard you got arrested for breaking into a fiver.
This is true. Ready meal deals.
Of course, yeah. Friday night match tomorrow night, Brighton Southampton.
Oh yes. Yeah. South Coast Derby.
South Coast Derby, yeah.
That's always been a lively game, isn't it? To be fair.
Yes, yeah.
It was nice also on that one occasion when we had Portsmouth in the mix as well with those two. That was quite an exciting season. I think Brighton got relegated in that season, but the games between Portsmouth and Brighton and Portsmouth and Southampton, they were good games too.
Because do you remember when we read that we did Portsmouth, then he went to Southampton, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, and then went back to Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Who was he's number 2? Was it Jim? Oh, what's his surname?
Joe Jordan.
No, the bald-headed. Is it the bald-headed fella?
Well, Joe Jordan was Redknapp's number 2 for years. He started off at I knew he was there at Tottenham and Portsmouth, and I think it may have been Southampton as well.
Jim Smith.
That's the one. So apparently, when Redknapp moved to Southampton, obviously, the memo didn't go to Jim Smith because he turned up to training still at Portsmouth, and they said, "He don't work here anymore, mate. He's down the road." He jumped back in his car. They go to Southampton.
Bloody hell!
That's a bit like. Do you remember Ron Atkinson from Forest? And he went into the Arsenal dugout. He went the wrong dugout.
It's an easy mistake to make. I remember years ago. It was back in the 80s, sometime 82, 83. West Ham were playing Southampton. So I've got up in the morning on the Saturday, got myself together, travelled down to Southampton for the game, walked round the corner towards the Dell, as it was then, and all there was a bloke sweeping up the car park. no movement whatsoever. And I said to the fella, "Where is everybody? What time's kick-off?" He said, "Oh, I don't know. It's happening in London." I was like, I travelled all the way to Southampton for an away game, and it was a home game.
Wow. Brilliant.
How did you manage that?
Don't do drugs, kids.
The old grey Jew thing. Just say no.
I think it was an alcohol-induced decision to go south.
But I'll let you read this question out from Nick, because obviously, he said he likes to
give us the trailer to it. Oh, there you go. Look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's the point. Yeah, could do that, couldn't you? So this is for Nick. That's the question for you.
Question for you all. If you were locked in the dressing room for 24 hours after one player had sprouts, egg, beans for dinner to the point they were very fiery, which player would you choose and why? Alicia Lehman. There's my answer. Like it or lump it. Alicia Lehman. Yeah, I think.
See, Mama, you don't get this on other shows. You don't get
Crazy.
Evening, Ryan. Good to see you. The Mr. Arsenal podcast. I hope you're keeping well, mate. Thanks for coming in. Of course, you choose Zinny. Yeah, of course, you pick Zinny. I've got to go now. People off to bed to dream of Eddie and Keita scoring an hat-trick. The old boy. Don't get too excited.
He loves Eddie Beckham. He really does. I think he's going to go to West Ham next season.
He keeps. Jez, great stream, Mama and the lads. Love you all. Love you as well, Jez.
Love to you, Jez.
Hope you are.
Don't forget, you owe me a pint.
Yeah,
well,
when are we going to see?
We're not owing me a pint. We've got another pint.
You were supposed to do a live stream in the pub.
Yeah, we are. We're going to do one. We are. We're going to do one. We've got to get together.
Fresh is saying, how many goons does it take to change a light bulb?
The whole team and the fucking thing still went like, you know.
Must have the same sparky as you do for your alarm.
Yeah,
I reckon it is. I reckon this was done by Mikel Arteta. I reckon he was a sparky before he came out.
I haven't heard it this evening. Have you fixed it?
Yeah. I put a different bloody battery. I bought a new battery, put it in, right, and it must have been a dud budgie because I'm thinking, well, I should put a bloody new battery in that. So anyway, went up the shops, spent another £2.75. Check this out, on a 9-volt battery. On the first one, I should have done the tongue test. You remember when you put your tongue on the end of a 9-volt battery, you go, oh, yeah, that's live. I should have done that first of all. I did it the second time, popped the battery in, and it's worked. But listen, I think that was the prop for the show because I think that had more views, him up there, than what we bloody did. So I reckon that was the enjoyment of the show with that smoke alarm.
Maybe.
Yeah. Something to tell Ben White. That was crazy. Yeah, it's true.
Is that 3 hours? My goodness.
Yes, it's surprising.
Good Lord.
We had fun. So we're nearly finished. We're just going to go the last of the comments and then we're going to wrap it up. So, Budgie, you would like to shout your channel out as well, please, matey?
Oh, thank you very much. So it's Green Street Leeds. More content coming up on there relatively soon. Also, obviously, on Thursday night, you will catch me here with Tony co-hosting the West Ham review. Wednesday nights, you can catch me on West Ham Network with Kieran, my old pal, on the Old School Hammers. The occasional Tuesday night on the Bowling Lounge. And obviously, sometimes I get invited onto the Sunday night takeaway show on here on Early Doors Football TV. So that's where you can find me.
Thank you much, mate. And
I will say also, thanks to everybody in the chat for all your comments. It's always great to have them all.
Absolutely.
Your support and everything doesn't go unnoticed. Please remember that this lady below me, she is one of the hardest working people on YouTube. She's one of the greatest moderators, and there's another one in the chat in Happy. They're both brilliant moderators. But Mama, she worked so hard putting up all the links and everything. Show your appreciation for her. Give this show a like.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Tell you to say, big shout out to my sister. She done missionary work down in Bristol last week, but it was cut short due to the fact they couldn't afford an interpreter. I would say Budgie could tell. Love the effect will be Gucci.
This chat always goes downhill, doesn't it? Really, it just goes on. It does.
It does. Only on Thompson.
Yeah. Fresh is asking for a supposed season of transition. Why did so many West Ham fans lose their shit about Lopetegui after only 6 games?
That's a great question.
I suppose it's a case of I mean, Budgie's alluded to it on I think on the last week's. It's the fact that because we've been used to Europe for 3 years, we expect more all the time now.
Our expectation levels are higher than they've ever been. But and also with that, with that also, I think the reason a lot of people lost their collective shit, as you put it, Sean, was that when he was appointed with so much promise, like when we moved to the London Stadium, we were promised so much, and delivered so little. And that's exactly. And I think the frustration was with the board for appointing someone that wasn't doing what we were expecting or what we were promised, and also, the fact that we're looking at the lower half of the table, we ain't doing that.
Oh, Nick, love you.
Oh,
You think
Nick.
Alicia's passed me a lot of Swiss cheese?
I'm obsessed with them.
I don't know, mate, but she is gorgeous, and I'd let her
thank
do
you, Nick.
anything she wanted to.
Happy saying, good recovery, Budgie. Yeah, Mum is a star. Big up, absolutely.
Oh, thanks,
Mum,
Aaron.
If you appeared on screen, Happy, you might get all this attention as well,
Is Tony paying you well, Mama?
Yeah.
See, there you go. I don't know if there's anything else. There you go. It's so convincing that we all believe it as well.
I know.
We're all looking at our bank balances.
Look at that. Look. That'd be interesting to have the pair of him on.
Great
We need
shout.
Mama and
I'd
Happy
love
on
that.
stream one day.
I'd love
Great
that.
shout.
Happy if you're still in the chat. Let us know you'd be up for that. Along with Mama as well. Yeah, big up panel on the chat. Mama Flossie, you legend.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lopetegui out still, Nick is saying. Terry saying, how many gooners to change the light bulb? 1 to hold the light bulb and 2 to turn the ladder.
It's true. It's true.
Brilliant. Definitely.
Oh,
Happy live streaming. Howard, appreciate your comments on that. And Layman, she's at the event, this lady's now. And
Awesome.
that's basically it. I mean, yes, Mama, it's been a pleasure having you with us. Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I've really enjoyed it.
And thanks for sticking around with us for this long. Budgie, as always, I mean, this is building to a nice little show so far. This is.
Thank you.
And Anthony, great for you for joining us as well. And me and you and that we always have a laughter and banter. And
thanks for having me on, Tim.
No, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. And
See you both.
the people in the chat appreciate you guys being with us, talking, laughing, making some great comments. Without you, it makes the whole show. Happy saying, I don't think expectations are high. We've always been fairly shit. I think because everyone's nearly was underwhelmed with Lockie to start with. You need to show us something good to get behind. I totally agree on that.
Yeah.
Terence +1 to clean up the poop with the dog. Layman warming the bench won't get in the first team. I'll get pissed and come on. That's the game
Awesome.
we want.
That's the one.
That's the one. I've heard the rumours. Budgie's told me. I'm joking. Tony only gets the best guests on. Thanks, Ray, for that. Fresh is coming in with, in what minute do Arsenal Pansy start time wasting? 90 seconds.
I can see straight to kick off. But
How many times does Saka hit the deck in one game?
I don't know. I haven't counted. I bet it's so many times. But
Oh, mate, it's going to be, interesting.
I wouldn't mind
great
putting a bet on that he does it at least 11 times in the first half.
If Usual's still in the house, and
Might
that, what's the odds on Saka going down 50 times? We'll take that money. Howard saying, great show, much love, great banter. Thank you very much, Howard. And,
Thanks, Howard.
real apparent.
Happy laughing at that comment. And obviously, Ravi saying, bring back Avram Grant.
Oh, good Lord.
Ravi, you was doing so well.
Yeah, you were.
You
We
was
actually
doing so
liked
well.
it.
Right
Until
So
you
that
mentioned.
I'm going to boot him out for that. comment.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Bradley, you've just gone up in my estimation. Big work, big up to you, mate.
Oh, God.
Very enjoyable. Thanks, usual, as always, and love your comments as well. Saka hit the deck more times than Tom Daly won medals for diving. Brilliant, Matt. Brilliant.
Good
Cheryl,
one, man.
happy. Thanks for being in that. And yes, we will definitely get you and Mama on the show. We'll look forward to that one.
Definitely.
Only's better than Saka, but Saka has high potential. That's very true. Oblo after half time, yeah. And Aaron said, "I'll catch your show Sunday, Tony, mate." Aaron, appreciate that.
Yeah,
And
Aaron.
dependent, you can always have an invite to come on as well, mate. And on that note, we are out. So thanks very much again for being with us.
Thank you,
It's
Bill.
been a great
Thank
show.
you.
And we'll see you next time. Take care for now.
Oh, you go.